What is good, my Rags and Fitness people, my Rags and Fitness folks, my Rags and Fitness fam? It is your man Rags back off up in this thing, man. And when I tell you I'm up in it, I'm talking about knee deep, all off up in it, guys. Do yourself a favor, do Rags a favor, do your neighbor a favor. Keep God first in everything that you do. Yeah, man, old Rags is here tonight, man. Just trying to do a late night stream to see who may be up and who want to get on. It may not be many. I may not be on long. Roll Tide, roll, baby. You got my guy, Mr. WB, in the building, man. How you doing, WB? How you feeling tonight? Tell me, do you got some thoughts about the game? We're trying to crank the stream up a little bit, man. Let's see if we have a few more guys come in. Late night stream. I didn't know who was up. Roll call, roll call. Who's in here from the SEC? Who's in here from the Big 10? Who's in here from the Big 12? Roll call. Where's the ACC? ACC, stand up. You got your guy in the building. Miami is doing their thing, man. So I just want to see who was up tonight, man. Maybe we'll stay on pretty long. Maybe not. Hey, man, let's check up on my guys. I'm doing okay, my brother. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Good to hear. Great to hear. Hey, man, we can't be doing it any other way. I got my dog that's sitting here tearing up all of my stuff right now, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully he don't knock my camera and my computer over. I don't know why he's wanting to be under my desk right now. But what do you think, B? What do you think, WB, man, about these playoffs? What you think, man? You thinking it's shaping up pretty good? I know you're disappointed that Alabama is not in there, but what do you think about the four teams that's in there right now? You're going to have Oregon and Indiana going into the Peach Bowl. Then you're going to have Ole Miss, which I didn't expect at all, but you're going to have Ole Miss and Miami, which it could be a good game, man, but Miami right now is looking pretty strong. And if Miami continue to play great football, they're going to wind up being a national champions, man. I can see that. I don't know which way to go in this one, man. Like I said, Miami is playing pretty good football right now. Indiana, as we know, is playing pretty good football right now. But that was a bad Alabama team. I will say that. We was probably the worst team that was left in as far as gelling and putting everything together, man. We just didn't do it. We didn't do it. There was a question earlier in the season. What would Alabama look like if they put it all together? We never, ever put it all together throughout the season, man. We have problems in this team, but hopefully we can get everything straightened out during the offseason. That's what I'm hoping. But let me put that comment back up there. That's what I'm hoping, WB. I'm hoping that we can get it all done during the offseason, but we have to earn it out now. You know, we're losing guys like Noah Carter. That was a guy that DeBoer brought in, and I thought he was going to buy into the system. He was one of the first guys that committed when all of the stuff was going on, all the turnover and stuff was going on. He was one of the first guys. So I thought that he would mainly stay, man, but he's gone. You know, maybe Russo's coming back. I didn't think he would be able to, but Pierre is budding, man, to be one of the best. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hopefully we can get it all together, but it's going to have to be an overhaul. It's going to have to be some changes. It may not be a drastic change as far as DeBoer's getting fired. That's not going to happen, but it's going to have to be some movement. I don't know where it's going to come, but it's got to come, and it should come soon because we need to start getting guys on staff that's going to recruit and get it together, man. Let's see how bold DeBoer is going to be. Is he willing to change? Is he willing to do something different? That's yet to be seen, man. Is his loyalty, is he going to be so loyal that it's going to fault? It's going to be a fault. It's going to be a problem that he's so loyal to his guys that he's going to end up getting fired in the long run, right? He's so loyal to, and I like Grubb. I liked Grubb when he first came in. I don't know. I mean, he was dialing up some good plays. It's almost as if we took people by storm after the Florida State game, right? We came out and we played to our potential. We hustled, right? Because we didn't hustle. We didn't do any of that. We walked around. We lollygagged during the Florida State game. But after that, we went. They went, and they had a talk in the locker room, the older guys. And end up coming together, man, and they start forming a pretty good strategy, I thought, man. I thought the offense was clicking on all cylinders. Um, Defense was okay sometimes. You know, I don't know what to call it, man. I see where guys are saying we should fire the strength and conditioning coach. We should fire the special teams coach. We should fire, man, it's a lot of people that should be on the hot seat right now, defense included. As far as that, as far as the bowl, the Rose Bowl went, defense should be on the hot seat too. A lot of guys say, hey man, well, we shouldn't put Freddie Roach on the hot seat. Yes, Freddie Roach should be on the hot seat too. Very well should be. I think it's definitely the offensive line coach and the defensive line coach. Yeah, yeah. But it seems to be as if they don't want to let Freddie Roach go, right? I wouldn't mind Freddie Roach staying to do something else, but it's gonna have to be some kind of. I heard somebody say that he lit the fire under those guys. I've been around. I've seen him. At a few practices that I was able to attend. Yeah, he's a fiery guy, but it's something that's not right. Right. When you watch guys, especially when you watch the Indiana game and Rose Bowl game, and it was a lot more games. When they blitz, they don't even take the right angles. They go around. The quarterback, they'll get their hands on the quarterback. He'll shake them off, and then he'll throw the ball, or he'll run for 15 yards. And it's just like it's the fundamentals that's not there anymore, man. And that's what the offseason should consist of. The offseason should consist of us getting back to the fundamentals. I think you think Roach is doing a good job, but it's the scheme and the head coach. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's why I'm glad you guys on here to talk and put your input in it, man. Because I have my opinion. Those players were getting outplayed by Indiana. Indiana and I didn't. That's why I got on here and I talked the stuff that I talked. Because I did not believe that Alabama would get on that plane, fly out to California, go to this Rose Bowl, and get outplayed the way that they did. I thought it was going to be a game one mentality. This is the first game. We're going to lay it all out on the field. But it was at one instance that I looked at these guys on defense after the first half. I looked at them, and they was depleted. They had given up. They had thrown in the white flag, man. I saw it. And it was hurtful. It was, it made me, I just slumped down and I was like, I'm watching them give up. It's no fight in them. And it's like, that's not that's not what we're used to, man. Not at all. Bama don't play finesse style defense. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's something about that defense that I'm just not. Roll Tide roll, yes sir, baby. It's something about that the defense that just don't sit well with me, man. I know everybody. Like I said it before, the bend and don't break. Man, we bend so much, man. I don't like it. It's like we're constantly chasing somebody. Like, man. But I looked up the stats and it's like we had a pretty good defense, But it's just the feeling I get when I'm watching them. I guess it's what it is, man. When it's 4th and 2, and the offense is going forward on 4th and 2, I'm used to being confident that, hey, man, we're gonna stop these guys. A'Shawn Robinson and the rest of these guys, they're gonna stop these guys. There's no way. Don't even go for it on 4th and 2 because you're not gonna get it. But here, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get the 4th and 2 against this defense, man. It was a few times throughout the year that they didn't convert. So, yeah. Something about the whole culture, man. It's different. It's different. And I knew this would happen when Nick Saban announced that he wouldn't be back. I knew this would happen because we're different. We're dealing with two different guys, man. We're dealing with a different personality, man. And I know he's trying to do things his way. I think he should be reaching out to Saban. I mean, a lot, man. I think he should. I know he don't want to look and say, hey, man, I'm the head coach, but basically Saban's the head coach because I'm calling him so much and he's giving me so. I don't care, man. Put your ego to the side. You got to do something because we're not used to this, man. We're not used to this. The whole world right now, they're having a field day, right? No one's being talked about. Miami beating Ohio State. Ohio State has been let off the hook right now, right? And I mean, Indiana was the number one team. They did what they should have done, right? So this shouldn't even be a story, but it is. Ohio State, no one's talking about Ohio State losing to Miami. That's an afterthought, right? No one's talking about Ole Miss beating up on Georgia. That wasn't supposed to happen, right? Even though we have this saying you shouldn't be able to beat a team twice in one season. Georgia had the team. Georgia's got one of the highest tenured coaches, right? Georgia's got one of they always recruit in the top 5, right? They got everything. They got good resources. They got everything, right? Georgia should not be getting beat by Ole Miss, by a team that just lost their coach. There's a lot of chaos going on down there. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about Oregon and Texas Tech. Listen, the same thing almost happened last year. All of those teams that had the byes, they lost last year. This year, the only team that had a bye that didn't lose was Indiana. And that don't sit well with me because we should have took advantage of them sitting off for so long being rusty. We were supposed to come, and some people would say, well, they was well rested. But I felt like we played football, right? We were still in that mode. We had about, 9 days off, 10 days off, something like that. We should have came back with a little bit more of a bounce in our step. We got LT Overton back. I didn't really see him in there. We got Quavis back. I'm thinking he's going to be, worlds. I'm thinking he's going to be our safety net. But it was just like Ty Simpson couldn't let the ball go. The receivers are not running the right routes, or the offensive line is not blocking. The running backs are not picking up blitzes it's all out of whack. What happened to Kalen DeBoer being a winner? In order to be a winner, you have to have a good offensive line. In order to be a winner, you have to have receivers that's going to be able to catch the ball. In order to be a winner, you got to have defensive people on your defensive unit that's going to take the right angles, is going to do form tackles, is going to tackle these people, and it's going to be a lot of negative plays. That's what you have to do in order to win. And that's all we say, that's what Kalen DeBoer does. He just wins. But he's not going to win like the way that he's playing football down here in the SEC. It's not going to happen, man. The only one on defense that played with heart all season was Bray Hubbard, but they even shut him down. Man, Bray Hubbard, last game that I saw him actually do something, I can't remember how to go back in my memory bank, man, but he started to be an afterthought after a while. It's like everybody was just existing, It hurts. It's a bad feeling. The board didn't prep and get them ready, obviously. And that's what I'm saying. You're the head man. We was not supposed to come in that game. Man, we were supposed to be rabid dogs coming out of there, man, and all over this quarterback. This guy, look, we have all the bulletin board material that we need. The fan base stood up earlier in the season and said they want Bama. They got Bama, and they destroyed Bama, right? The freaking quarterback was a Heisman Trophy candidate. Do you know that? Think about I'm going to go back to a young rags that played football. If I was playing against a Heisman Trophy candidate, I would be dreaming about this. I wouldn't even be able to get no sleep. I would constantly, a Heisman Trophy So I'm going to show the world that this guy is not a Heisman Trophy quarterback. And it's like, was they put in the right positions? I don't know what it was, man, but it wasn't good. It's different at Bama, man. It's not easy. Yeah, it's not. It's not. And, as a fan, I was telling my wife this, man. As a fan, I used to have the confidence, right? I would be like, oh, it's a Rose Bowl. We're playing against – oh, man, come on, man. That's almost like, are we playing against Michigan State? Oh, man, come on, man. We're playing against Washington. Oh, man, come on. That was the confidence that Nick gave me. Now I know Nick. We could talk about Nick Saban as much as we want to. He's probably most definitely never going to come back to coach. He's 74 years old. But I'm just telling you how it was back when we was comfortable, right? But it's not like that anymore, man. I really think that the team should be having all the media press. Hey, man, they're getting better than the first year that he came, it was bad, man. I mean, it was out at practice eating ice cream, doing all kinds of stuff, man. Brock, roll tide, roll, baby. Ty Simpson going to Tennessee or Oregon. I saw that earlier. Somebody put a something up like that. It's not guaranteed, man, but hey, I can see it, man. You know, he's going to hear all the stuff that the fans are saying. His parents is going to hear all the stuff that the fans are saying, and there's going to be some people come out and actually give him some money. They're going to give him big time money to go. Now, how do I feel about it? I don't want him to go to Tennessee, most definitely, right? As far as Oregon go, I mean, it is what it is, man. If that's where he want to go and they give him the money, cool. But I do have confidence, and I'm a Ty Simpson guy, but it's about to be that time to where, you know, I have to move on from that anyway, because even if he don't, this year or next year, we're going to have to pick somebody else. And I'm saying that to say this. I'm about ready for Russell time. Mac, I go with Mac. And what I think it should be a little bit of a dose of Mac and a little bit of dose of Russell. I believe that's the way you should play. I believe we have a talented enough team. We're going to get even more. Now, don't get it twisted. With this transfer portal, the players that's going out, we're going to have some that's coming in, right? And I believe we're going to have some very talented quarterbacks. I mean, not quarterbacks, but players. I'm sorry about that. What I don't want him to do is just focus on skilled positions. We need those meat and potato players. We need them players that's going to be grinding. And I'm hopefully some of these big-time defensive linemen and offensive linemen say, hey, let's go to Bama, man. Let's bring back that tradition. Let's bring back that aura that Alabama used to have. And I'm hopefully that could happen. Bama wasn't going to last. We have zero run game. O-line got to be rebuilt. How do we do that? That's the question. How do we do that? Is Kalen DeBoer going to have the balls to fire somebody? Right? Is he going to just move them into another position and bring somebody in? Like, what are we going to do? I like this Derek Nix pickup. As far as a wide receiver coach, I do really like that because I think his recruiting is going to be elite. I think that. I really do. We're losing a lot of guys, so let's go get some new dogs in. Let's do it, man. And I believe it's going to be a lot of guys that's going to want to come in. You got the guy, the defensive lineman from Southern Cal right now that's looking at Bama. I think he just came and did a visit at Bama. Either he just came and did one, or he's going to be coming sooner or later. But he's got some heavy hitters after him too. It ain't going to matter, man. I don't feel good about DeBoer. Never really did. Yeah, man. When we first hired him, I wasn't a big guy on him, but I did some research on him and I said, you know, it's true. He does win. He knows how to win football. And us as Alabama fans, man, we have to say that we're spoiled because he took us to the playoffs. We won the first round of the playoffs. But when we look at the way that we was beat by Indiana, that just put a sour taste in our mouth. And I can speak for me, it put a sour taste in my mouth. Now, I do have a question that I want to put out there to you guys. For the people that, especially for the people that want Kalen DeBoer fired, right? Do you think if we would have put up more of a fight against Indiana, let's say if it would have ended up being a 21-24 game, do you think that we would be calling for DeBoer's job, or do you think it'd be like, okay, DeBoer, okay, we won first round. You did okay this game. Let's tighten it up in the offseason and let's bring it home. Do you believe that we'll be saying that? I have another question to pose to you. Do you believe if we would have made this a tighter game, do you believe that we would have kept some of these guys from transferring out, entering the transfer portal? Mbakwe, all of those guys, right? I think Mbakwe was one of those guys that's going to be out anyway. Somebody's going to offer him money. It's not going to be I don't think it's going to be at a school to where he's going to be like a national title contender right away. And hey, I could be wrong. But I can see him going to a UCF or somebody like that. You know what I mean? Hey, who knows? This is one other thing that just popped up in my head. You got Jamarcus Shepard that just went out to Oregon State. A lot of these guys is going to be going to Oregon State. Not only would a lot of these guys be going to Oregon State, You got Nick Sheridan that's going to be the offensive coordinator up in Michigan State. So look for 2 or 3 of these guys to be either going out to Oregon State or they're going to be going to Michigan State. Because I will tell you this now, Oregon State, they could probably use a Jalen Hill. Oregon State, they could probably use a Jalen Mbakwe. Oregon State could most definitely use a Cole Adams. So just stay tuned for that. I haven't heard anybody talking about that. Maybe it's all over the place. I don't know. But that's just something that popped in my head. Stay tuned for Mr. Jamarcus Shepard. Maybe he's been poaching and we don't know it. He's been on the phone. Hey, Jalen Mbakwe, guess what? I'll let you go both ways because that's what he wanted to do anyway. Mbakwe thought that he was going to play offense and defense at one point in time. Maybe Jamarcus Shepard is going to pitch that to him. Hey, man, you come over here to Corvallis. I'll let you play a little bit of defense and a little bit of offense. Hey, Cole, you come over here and you return kicks for us, man. We're going to let you do that, and you're going to be one of our prime players on offense, man. Come on over here. Then you got Shepard. You got Nick Sheridan up there at Michigan State. Hey, Joseph Ionata, man, we're going to need you on this offensive line up here. You're going to be a starter up here at Michigan State. If you come up here to Lansing, we're going to make you a starter over here on this offensive line. We don't have a starting center right now. Watch out for that, man. I see one of my guys in the chat, man, Spencer, roll, tide, roll, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We do got to give the board at least another year or two. I think that's a given. Greg Byrne is not going to just fire him right now. As a fan base, we know that. I think we know that. We're upset right now. I hope that we know that, that Greg Byrne is not going to do that right now. I mean, the buyout would be crazy. It's some steps that we have to take, right? We're going to complain. I don't care if say this. Say we would have beat Indiana, right? Say we would have beaten whoever we play with. Oregon. Oregon would have been the next team. Say we beat Oregon, and then we go to the national championship, and then we go to the national championship, and whoever goes there beat us the same way that Indiana beat us. We're going to be saying the same thing. Fire Kalen DeBoer, right? Because we're not used to being beaten in that fashion. Heck, we're not even used to being beat that much, period. You know what I mean? But to be beaten in that fashion and to watch our players give up, man, like when you look at this A here, man, those A's that I got, it's a representation. We wear these for a reason. When we walk out amongst everybody else, it's an aura that we walk out with. But now when we walk out with it, it's like we just watched our guys give up. That's supposed to be a symbolism of Alabama. Like, we don't give up. We fight. We scratch. We punch. We kick. And we don't lose by that many. We don't lose by 35 points in a big game like that. We don't lose by 35 points, period. It's going to take us at least, 7 or 8 losses to lose by 35 points, man. And we did that in one game. That's not good. It's not good at all, man. The way they played it kind of makes you wonder if Indiana didn't have one of our playbooks. Indiana's a solid football team. Kirk Cignetti he's coaching good football, disciplined football. If you noticed, they didn't give us a chance to come back. Rags always preaching. Put your foot on their neck, and when you put your foot on their neck, don't let it off. And that's what they did to us. Now, did they throw an interception? No. Did they fumble? No. They played methodical football. They rushed they ran the football. The quarterback, he wasn't even outstanding like that, but he made plays when he needed to make plays, whether that was using his feet or whether that was using his arm. And the defense played stout defense. They did not give us a chance. After they went up on us, they didn't give us a chance to come back. And I think that's what like took the soul out of our defense. They didn't see a spot that they could exploit, right? we couldn't blitz and get to the quarterback like we wanted to. So it started getting bad, right? It just wasn't good at all, man. I think we on the right track. Maybe we could be. We got to do some good recruiting, man. We got to do some good recruiting, and we're gonna have to do some overhauling on something, man. I'm not saying maybe some of the coaches are in the wrong spots or something, right? Maybe we're going to have to add somebody else to some spots or something like that, man. We're going to have to go and get another offensive line coach. I hate to do that to old Cap, but Cap, we got to try something else, man. We have to. I was thinking that it was Nick Sheridan last year. It ended up being Nick Sheridan and Miro, right? But I thought Grubb was going to do a little bit better. Which Grubb, how can I put it? When Grubb was firing on all cylinders, he was firing on all cylinders. When Ty Simpson was firing on all cylinders, he was firing on all cylinders. It was at one point in time, guys, at one point in time to where Grubb was looked at as a genius when he was throwing the ball and letting freaking Caden Proctor get the ball and do his thing. That's a foregone conclusion. We don't even remember that anymore. It was a point to where Ty Simpson was a Heisman Trophy, not a candidate. He was a Heisman Trophy favorite. He was a Heisman Trophy favorite, man. That's hard to say. This guy was battling Mendoza, and at one point, he jumped ahead of Mendoza. But something happened. Something happened. I don't know if he got it in his head. I don't know if he really wanted that Heisman so bad that he didn't want to make a mistake. That's the rat poison. That is the rat poison that Saban talked about. Let's take it like this. Okay, Ty Simpson's a quarterback. He's in the locker room. He's hearing all this Heisman talk. He may have teammates to come up to him and say, "Hey, man, how you feel, man? You about to be the Heisman Trophy." I think Nick Saban would have saw that. He'd came in the locker room and said, "Hey, shut that down. Chill." But I think Kalen DeBoer is the type of guy, he may go up to Ty Simpson and be like, "Hey, man, how you feel? They got you now? You're a candidate for—" No, don't even talk about that. That don't even matter, because if you keep putting in the work, you're going to get it anyway. Let's not even worry about that rat poison. Keep that to the side, and let's trust the process. And the process is we're going to come to practice. We're going to take in all the fundamentals. We're going to tackle. We're going to take the right angles. We're going to pursue to the ball the way that we're supposed to. Wide receivers, you are a wide receiver. You got one job: catch the ball, right? We start getting hung up in so much of this hoopla. Heisman Trophy winner. Bama is back now. Bama is this now. Bama is that now. Bama lost the first game to Florida State, but now Bama is the favorites to do this and do that. And then we get smacked up and down the field again. It's too much of this stuff that we're listening to on the outside. And I don't believe that it's a firewall. I don't believe that it's a protection of these guys for somebody to say, "Hey, man, we ain't talking about that." I believe DeBoer may be the type of guy that he feeds into it. We're not worried about that. We're going to take it one game at a time, and we're not listening to any outside noise. Guys, if anybody come up even asking you about that, you don't know. We're going to have media training. I don't know nothing about that. In media training, we're going to learn how to filter out all of the rat poison. As a matter of fact, it's certain players that you're not even going to be able to talk to. As a matter of fact, we're going to take this out of Saban's notebook. It's certain coaches that you're not going to even be able to talk to. These are the things that he needs to take from Saban, right? It's called discipline. And when you have discipline like that from the higher ups, it starts to trickle down. That's why you have the Julio Jones. That's why you have all of the other Devontae Smiths and all these guys that got stories about this guy, Nick Saban, because it's the discipline, and it starts from here. But if you have this laissez-faire type of attitude, it trickles down to everybody else, and now everybody else is laissez-faire. Well, if coach don't really care, I don't really care. If coach is not strict on this, then I don't really care. If coach is willing to talk about Heisman, I can talk about Heisman. That's rat poison, right? You got to know how to lead these young men, and young men, you're going to have to be strict on a lot of the times, man. I can't tell this man to change his personality. I'm just telling you the Alabama way. And I'm pretty sure Bear Bryant was the same way. I'm pretty sure Gene Stallings was the same way. I'm pretty sure a lot of the coaches that took us over the top was the same way. It was trusting the process, and the outcome will come after the process has been completed. But it's hard, man. Let's go back to the I'm sorry, y'all. I've been missing. I don't know what you're seeing, but no physicality in the run game. Man, none. I mean, 2 years, two different offense, it's still the same stuff, man. Same stuff. The O-line has been subpar now for 5 years, even under Saban, Spencer. It was like, what is going on, man? What is going on? Ty was asked to do too much, and when he got hurt, his production went down. I mean, it went all the way down, right? Like you said, he was doing too much, and it's like the running backs, man, as soon as they see somebody coming, they just hit the ground. You don't see. I'm gonna tell you somebody that I did like. It seemed like this guy, and he's smaller than everybody else, but even after the first hit, it seemed like he tried to get the yak, right? The yards after catch or the yards after the first hit or whatever. That's that guy, Kevin Riley, man. I like that guy, man. And don't get me wrong, I like Hill. I'm on record talking about Hill before he even got to Alabama, telling people, watch out. I just stood right beside this guy. He's got legs like a tree trunk, man. Like this guy's a stout young man, right? And I'm surprised that many people can tackle him, but he's got to have some sort of protection up front, man, in order to even get that full steam ahead to where he can really put fear in guys, if you understand what I mean. They proved us right. Got to have a run game. They did it. They took care of business, man. They took care of it. I'm tired of these teams now. You know, that stigma is gone. Just like Tommy Castellino said earlier in the season, they don't have Saban anymore. They don't have Saban to come. And you know, as much as I hate to admit it, looking back on hindsight now, and now that the season is over for us, I have to admit he's right. We didn't have Saban. They're not scared of us anymore. So we can't use that aura to step on the field anymore. We got to walk the walk. We got to get out there, man, and really impose ourselves on people. Where does that come from? That comes from strength and conditioning in the off season. That comes from just will and sheer determination, man. Like you got to want it, right? But you got to have that person sitting on top of you that's constantly dogging you and constantly hounding you. You didn't run those bleachers right. Run them again. I'm not gonna look at you and you didn't run them right. Oh, I'm sorry. Come on, come down. You don't have to go get a drink of water. Run them. You better do everything with perfection. You can't wear certain things to practice. It's got to be some discipline there, man. It's got to be. My fault, guys. Let me go up and see. It's unacceptable. DeBoer has this offseason to fix the coaching staff, and next season will determine his future. I'm sorry, but we're looking like trash. We are. That's coming from a true fan, man. That's coming from like we see it, right? We don't like when the ops say it, but we can say it, man. It's the truth. We didn't look good, even though the bright side, we made it to the playoffs. The bright side, we won one game in the playoffs. The first time we've won a game since it's been an expansion of the playoffs. That's the bright side. But the bad side is the fashion that we lost in, right? We watched this firsthand. Something needs to change with the strength and conditioning of these players, man. The offseason, we got to do it. We got to do something. Either, okay, if you don't change it, you got to add something to it. Okay, if you don't want to get the coach, if you don't want to fire the coach, not the coach, but I guess you could call him the coach, strength and conditioning coach, right? If you don't want to fire him, give him somebody else that's going to be in there with him, that's going to push the players. We have to. It's that dog. Which dog you talking about? Please explain. We never won S. with the players type coach, knowing offensive minded coach fared well at Alabama. All those statues in front of the Brian Denny were defensive nonsense, no nonsense type coaches. That's what we need. That's the word that I'm looking for. No nonsense. And Saban was most definitely a no nonsense type of guy. I'm not, the scary part about it. I'm not sure what DeBoer is. I'm not sure. He don't give off that type of vibe that he's a no nonsense type of coach, right? He gives off the vibe that he's gonna want to, coddle you, and maybe I'm totally wrong, man. Maybe I'm just totally out there. But I just have the feeling that he's not that type of coach that's gonna jump on you when you do something wrong, right? And if he do jump on you, it's not the way, it's not the way that you're gonna be like, oh man, maybe I need to straighten up. I think the players probably look at him like, man, go sit down somewhere, man. Like, I'm not listening to that right now. Yo, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. PNU. Let me see what you got, man. Blue blood programs are struggling in the NIL portal era in multiple sports. My theory is depth can't be attained at previous levels because backups can start and make money elsewhere. That makes a lot of sense, man. It really does. Like you said, that's the one thing about college. It's so many programs out there right now, right? That you don't have to. Now, I'm looking at the depth of Alabama. That's one thing I can sit here and tell you about, right? Alabama, because I always look at their roster. I'm always following recruiting, and it does not look the way that it normally does, right? We can pull up a depth chart right now. You can look at the offensive linemen. If one of those offensive linemen get hurt, we are in trouble. And another place that scared me a lot with Alabama is the linebackers. What linebackers do we have coming back with Deontay Lawson leaving, with Justin Jefferson going? I was skeptical of Justin Jefferson when he first came. He showed me a lot. But with those two guys coming, who's going to be man in the middle back there? Who's going to do it? I'm scared of that, man. I don't know. We're going to see. I know we got some young guys, but that's usually the spot to where you keep somebody in the cupboard, right? You keep somebody there that's coming up in the ranks, that's aging. Maybe now that Deontay Lawson and Justin Jefferson is gone, they're now juniors and now all red shirt sophomore or something like that. Now you could put those guys in. They know the defense because they've been there for so long, right? And now they can produce. But now we're going to just about be having guys coming straight out of high school that's going to be in there playing, especially if anybody get hurt. That's how thin. That's a great point, man. That's how thin these depth charts are getting. It's not looking good because guys are saying, okay, we'll let them guys go to Alabama and Ohio State and make that money. But guess what? We're going to go to Cincinnati. We're going to go to Louisville. We're going to go to Baylor. We're going to go to Cal. We're going to go to Oregon State. And it's still going to be some money dispersed. I'll go and take that little bit of money and I'll also start. And then Jalen Mbakwe's, in his defense, he may actually get his dream. He may actually get to do defense and go both ways. I hate to say go both ways, but y'all know what I mean. Go both ways, offense and defense, man. So, I mean, that's what we're looking at. Also, players at blue blood programs tend to be less hungry and more complacent, right? But I'm going to tell you this. I thought about this the other night, PNU. Peanut. I said PNU. Peanut. I don't know, man. I think a lot of these players would rather stay and play college football than to go pro. Not the top tier ones, but some of the ones that's not going to go first round right away, or maybe not second round or something like that. I think they would rather go and stay in college football. So they need to be hungry. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But like you said, you probably don't have to be because you're going to get paid anyway, just because of your name, just because of what you was in high school and you was recruited pretty highly. So I don't know, man. Without depth, there's nobody waiting to take that spot. That's what I'm saying. It's nobody sticking around and waiting to learn or none of that type of stuff. We still have I don't know, and Bama still top blue blood, but I don't know how don't want to watch us like we were back in the Shula. And oh man, that's what, hey man, that's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like. Nah, I won't say that, man. Shula was, man, I didn't like Shula. You know somebody else who I wasn't big on when Shula was there? I wasn't a big Brody Kroll guy, man. I just wasn't, man. That's just me. A lot of people like that guy was a winner. I remember that guy when he was coming out of high school. I just wasn't a big Brody Kroll guy, man. Shout out to Brody Kroll, but I just wasn't big on him like that. Hey man, Dubose, the Dubose era, man. Hey, Dubose, Dubera, Dubora, Dubose, Dubora. Hey man, put them together. You got, I don't know. They don't say Rags is out here comparing Dubora and Dubose together, man. Don't do that. Quit worrying about the ice cream truck and worry about getting your body in shape, man. But see, that's what I'm saying. That comes from up top. What in the world is an ice cream truck doing there? You know what would happen if Saban, if an ice cream truck pulled up in Bear Bryant or Gene Stallings or one of them, and they didn't really authorize that to happen? Man, please. You guys are starting down the same road Kentucky basketball has gone. I feel your pain. Yeah, Kentucky was one of those the blue bloods, which you know Kentucky is always going to be thought of as one of those cream of the crop teams. Kentucky, Duke, North Carolina, you know, always a threat. But yeah. Hey man, it's not looking good. And we knew, you know the bad thing about it? We knew this time was going to come. We knew this time had to come eventually, right? Because if you know anything about life, you know you can't win everything. You can't win them all, right? And I guess I could say I knew it was coming one of these days. I just guess I didn't think it was coming so soon, right? And now that we look at it in hindsight, it seemed like it happened so soon, even though we had Nick Saban for so long and we won so many games. And we didn't go 3 years without winning a championship, man, a national championship. You know, those days, man, that was the great years, man. But eventually it was going to come to an end. If you realize this is 2026, the last time we won a championship was in 2020. I mean, the years they flying by, they're going by. I just don't want to look up and it's 2035. I'm an old gray man. I'm already old. 2035, 2040, and we still ain't won a championship, right? We're going to be telling our grandkids, great-grandkids, even maybe great-great-grandkids, man, hey, man, I remember this guy Saban, man. He was with Alabama. Alabama was winning. Oh, man, we did so great in recruiting. And we did this and we did. That was back before the NIL. That was back before the transfer portal. The kids going to look at us and say, oh, that was a time before the transfer portal? There was a time before NIL. You mean to tell me, this is what the kids are going to say. You mean to tell me that was a time that college football players wasn't getting paid? You mean to tell me it was a time that college football players wasn't making $4 or $5 million per year? Hey, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if this is a crazy idea that I got in my head right now, but college football could end up hurting the NFL, man. Because you think about it. College football, every state, even a lot of cities have their own football team. You can root for your team. I'm an Alabama fan, right? If I pull for an NFL team, I'm pulling for the Los Angeles Rams. That's my football team that I like. But it just ain't the same. Me rooting for the Los Angeles Rams and me rooting for Alabama. Because this is where I come up at. This is what I knew when I was yay high, man, coming up and watching the greats come up through there, man. This is what I know. This is where I was born. This is where I was raised. This is where I was bred. And something about that 8 is just built into me, right? Something about seeing that script A and saying roll tide is just built into me. When I walk outside and I'm not even in Alabama and I say roll, I see somebody else with an Alabama roll tide. We both say it together and we ask each other questions. Where are you from, man? Oh, I'm from Mobile. Where are you from, man? Oh, I'm from Anniston. Where are you from, man? Oh, man, I'm from Raglan. Where are you from? I'm from Jasper. Hey, man, I'm from Alexander City. Hey, man, I'm from Huntsville. I'm from Gaston, Alabama. There's something about that, man. I get chill bumps when I think about it, right? And I went off to say that because I'm saying this. After a while, with these athletes getting paid, they're no longer going to be amateur guys. They're going to be, this college sport is almost turning into a professional league itself. With them separating the Big Ten and the SEC, and after a while, they keep trying to recruit other teams to come. It's going to be one big league. And all of these people are going to have their team that they root for. And I don't have to travel to LA to watch my Rams play. I can go right to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and I can watch my team play, and it'll give me that feeling, the atmosphere, the band. This is stuff the NFL don't have. Man, college, after a while, man, they're going to probably start playing more and more and more games. Guess what? Eventually, the playoffs is going to expand again. Mark my words. Because it's going to bring more money. The more money it brings, the more money we can pay these athletes. The more money we can generate even more. It's just like a circle of life that they're doing right now. And college is going to be, even though we don't like it, it's popular now, but it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger to the point that the NFL going to always be there. But it's going to be almost like Diego Pavia. Why should I go to the NFL? Why should I even try? I would rather, instead of me trying to go to the gym, get a quarterbacks coach, go through all of this practice to go to the NFL, why should I do that? I would rather go to court and try to get an extra year for my team in college. If I could play for my team in college forever, I would. Ask Diego Pavia. He'll tell you that. Diego Pavia right now would rather play for Vanderbilt than to go and try out for freaking New Orleans Saints. That's just the way it is right now. You're getting paid. Let's see what they say. Hopefully we won't have to wait 18 years again, man. I hope not. I hope not. Only in the South. What that mean? It's going to eventually start affecting the NFL if they don't revise and limit it. That's what I'm saying. So okay, with us saying that, Chris, that means the NFL gonna want to step in a minute and say, wait a minute now. You guys might need to make some changes in this whatever you guys got going on, because now it's affecting our money. You got guys that want to stay in college football for forever. By the time they get to us, they're going to be damaged because they play so much freaking NCAA football. We got to do something. So maybe now the powers to be in the NFL step in, and maybe they can start getting something, seen about, Derrick Henry still busy running over defenders. Derrick Henry was quoted that NFL was a cakewalk compared to the practice at Alabama, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. It should always be that way. When I was talking about Julio Jones earlier and Devontae Smith, I left out players like Derrick Henry and Mark Ingram and Dante Hightower, Rolando McClain. I left out those guys. I'm pretty sure it's an army of guys that could tell you stories about practice and how tough they were and how the different sayings that Saban had, the different, and let's not even talk about Saban. Let's go to Gene Stallings. I'm pretty sure those 92 players or whatever, I'm pretty sure they got stories, because that's a championship team. A lot of times teams that win championships are teams that go through stuff that other teams have not, right? They practice harder, right? They study harder. Their coaches are harder on them. There's protocol. There's curfews. You're not going to be bringing people around the establishments and stuff like that. You're more honed in. You're more focused because your leader is telling you. He's showing you the things that you need to have in order to lock in and take it to that next level, man. And that's what we need. As a kid, I liked the 49ers. Now I guess I like the Ravens. Don't really care about NFL players. Seem not to, and that's what I'm saying, Chris. It's like I like the Rams. I want to cheer for them every weekend, but a lot of times I don't even turn the TV on Sunday to even watch football, man. It's not like Saturday, man. Saturday is something about watching the Alabama walk out, man. Hearing that $1 million play, the band play, Yay Alabama, and watch them boys in that tunnel. Even it was some games that I watched DeBoer come out and he had slapped the freaking goalpost with that daggone clipboard, and that gave me. I said, "Oh, maybe he's finally locking in. Maybe DeBoer's finally locking in, man." But it still ain't there. It ain't quite there yet. Who knows? Maybe he. I mean, I'm behind this. I'm a fan, man, and maybe I'm not there to see what's going on, but it just don't look like it. Yeah, but that's going to make an old man out of him, Chris. Oh, talking about Derrick Henry. Well, not that Rags, they getting their money in college, so why go to the NFL? That's what I'm saying. You know, why? You're getting paid great. You're getting paid a handsome ransom here in college football. So, man, why go? I mean, I wouldn't. You know, roll tide and go Stallions. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, sir. Bring back 2 a days. Bring back 3 a day. They're gonna have to have something, man. Yes, sir. They're gonna have to have something, bro. They need to. I'm not saying run them until they die. I'm not saying it's a life or death type of thing, but you got to be hard on them, man. Like anybody, I'm pretty sure a lot of us played sports and we had coaches I had a coach, his name was Vince DiLorenzo. And Vince DiLorenzo was a state champion. He had won state championships with my high school, and he was hard on us, man. He was very hard. He reminds me a lot of Nick Saban. He really do. And you got to have a coach like that. If I get together with a few of my teammates right now, it's so many stories we tell about Coach D. But then Coach D left me my sophomore year, and our school went downhill. We played for this guy named Joel Williams. Joel Williams, I think he was coaching with the Miami Dolphins, and he was coaching with Delta State in Mississippi and all of that. And he came and he introduced, we was running a wing team with Vince DiLorenzo. And then here comes Joel Williams. Joel Williams introduced this thing called the spread. And we was like, what in the world is this spread stuff? So he introduced the different play calls on the sideline where you got all the different boards up with a monkey eating banana, all this different kind of stuff. And the receivers got that. It was different. We're no longer a power team. We're more of a finesse team, right? So it changes things, man. And the culture wasn't the same. Vince DiLorenzo was more of a Saban-like type guy. He was hard on the team, and it was no praise. Nobody got praise. But then here comes Joel Williams, and we're at practice one day. He tell us, nobody's practicing hard. Only 2 players I have out here that's practicing hard. And as soon as he did that, he lost the whole team because now he was showing favoritism. He didn't know the culture. He only saw 2 players, and he only wanted to cater to those 2 players. But guess what? Those 2 players one was a running back, one was a quarterback, and one was a converted quarterback from a running back. But he also had to talk to the offensive lineman. You need to talk to the defensive lineman. You need to show us that we all care. But guess what? When we got to the locker room, we made fun of the 2 people that he was talking. Oh, man, y'all the only 2 people that care to coach, right? And we stopped wanting to play. We didn't want to play football anymore. That year, we lost 3 games, I think. 4 games. And that was it's almost like Alabama. We was used to winning every game, and we lost 4. Okay. He was so bad, he left the first year. Here come my senior year of high school. We had another coach, Joel Billingsley. Now, Joel Billingsley came from this little high school from the South. The name of that school was Gordo. Now, Billingsley had won a championship with Gordo. I'm telling you this story because it reminds me so much of what's going on with Alabama right now. Billingsley came from Gordo, and he had just won a championship. So he was supposed to come and be the savior of our program. But Billingsley came, and it was already downhill because Joel Williams had ran it downhill already. And Billingsley was just trying to put stuff together that just didn't work. He had won somewhere else, but the culture of him being at that 2A school down at Gordo, He was now coming to a 5A school up where we was at, and it just didn't translate well. It's almost like the same thing with Kalen DeBoer in Washington. Yes, he won at Washington. He didn't win a championship, but he won. He did pretty good at Washington. Now he's coming to a different environment in Alabama. Same thing with my high school. Joel Billingsley won a championship with Gordo. He comes up to where I'm at. 2A high school football to 5A. This is where the Juggernauts is playing. We're playing big boy football, right? We're playing against the big dogs. But those philosophies you had at 2A was different here at 5A, and we got clobbered. We was clobbered his first year head coach. That was my last year of high school, and it didn't go great for no one. Nobody at all, man. It's only a matter of time before the NIL sponsors wake up and see that all those players are only in it for the money when they see their performance start slacking on the field. Yeah. And then you're going to have people like Dylan Raiola. Dylan Raiola haven't been loyal or faithful to anybody since he's touched the football. I think Dylan Raiola may have transferred from middle school, Little League football. I think he might have transferred. That guy is a transfer king. And guess what? He's going to go somewhere. He's going to play a year. He's going to leave again. He's one of those type of people. He want to see his worth at everywhere he can go, right? Jake Smith, Bama will never be the same. NIL has changed the game. Hey, and you could be right. You could be right. But in the same sense, you could be wrong. Because what if Bama, maybe Bama will get another coach one of these days. I mean, DeBoer won't coach there forever, right? And maybe we'll get a coach he mastered the NIL, right? Is it a such thing as mastering the NIL? I don't know. But who knows what could happen, man. Hey, and congratulations to Ole Miss, man. Shout out to Ole Miss. I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it, Jake. I don't like Ole Miss, man. But I'm beginning to think that maybe I should root for Ole Miss. But first of all, I'm happy you beat Georgia. Shout out to Ole Miss for beating Georgia, man. Really, right? I don't like Ole Miss because I didn't like Hugh Freeze. I really didn't. But I'm beginning to take a second thought on Ole Miss, especially in these playoffs. I wouldn't mind seeing you win it, man. I really wouldn't. But I'm going to tell you this, Miami is going to be a tough out. I will tell you that, Jake. Miami is going to be a tough team for you, man. So we're going to see. Roll Tide. Roll, baby. Yeah, what I'm talking about, Latoya, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. Puff pass. Hey, man, I wouldn't be surprised. Man, Miami is looking good. I was hoping that they would have got a hold to Georgia, and I was hoping that Carson Beck would have went crazy on them. But guess what? Georgia got what they deserved. Because as we all know, it's hard to beat an SEC team twice, and Ole Miss proved it. And I'm so happy you did it. You did it without your coach, and I just feel like he's being very dirty right now by taking all of his coaches back. Now, I understand he got to do recruiting and all that. Man, let them boys play, man. Let them boys play. Let them get a fair shot at Miami because they got a good chance with Miami, which I think Miami going to win. But they do have a good chance at Miami, man. They really do. Miami, the only blue blood. You call them a blue blood. I mean, I guess if you go back, I guess. Physicality, attention to detail, and being sound stood out to me. Plus, Indiana was hitting like we used to hit. That's what I'm saying. And that's the key word that makes me so angry. Used to. Why can't we still do it? Man, we recruit Indiana. Let me tell you something about Indiana. Look at right now. You know what? Maybe I should pull it up. I don't know what YouTube got going on over here. But anyway, when you get a chance, look up the recruiting. 2026, you can look up 2025, 2024, 2023. Indiana does not even, they couldn't hold our jockstrap when it comes to recruiting. So let me put all this together. What I'm trying to say real quick. They can't hold our jockstrap when it comes to recruiting. That means recruiting, we get the top-notch players. So if we're getting the top-notch players and that team that Indiana has is coming out and beating us and playing better than us, what does that amount to? That means that those players that's less than the players that we're getting, I don't want to say less than like they're not as good, but as far as the scouting, as far as their output in high school and all that stuff, they didn't do the stuff that our players did. So where did it go wrong? It's got to be the coaching. The coaches is not putting it together. Now, let me ask you this. You take Kirk Cignetti. You put Kirk Cignetti down in Tuscaloosa. You give Kirk Cignetti the team that Kalen DeBoer had. What do you think will happen? It's got to be the coaching, bro. Because Indiana don't recruit like us. Player for player, I don't know if they can do what we can do. Even Mendoza ain't as good as Ty Simpson if Ty Simpson put it together. We have discussed this already. At one point in time, Ty Simpson was the Heisman favorite. It was him and Mendoza that was in there together. He had surpassed Mendoza. But what happened was he got in his head and he started just doing whatever. So don't tell me that Mendoza just head and shoulders better than Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson just started to decline for some reason. I don't know if the Heisman talk was getting in his head or what. So player for player, I know for sure that Indiana can't hold a candle to us. But Indiana is the better team because of their coach. The culture that he's creating. He showed it by beating Penn State when Penn State was supposed to be a juggernaut, right? We'll start with that. He did it by going, well, I don't know if he went to Oregon, but he did it by beating Oregon. Then he went to the Big 12 Big 10 championship, and then he came and beat an Alabama team that was supposed to be getting everybody healthy back and was supposed to make a run for the national championship. Kirk Cignetti, coach of the year. And it's got to be the coaching, bro. Enrique, welcome to the stream. How far apart do you think each P4 conference is from each other? You know what? Good question. Good question, because I'm going to tell you something, Enrique. We have been talking about the Big Ten. We have been talking about the SEC. The Big Ten they've been beating us pretty good. You got Vanderbilt losing to Iowa. You got Tennessee losing to Illinois. You got Alabama losing to Indiana. And there may be a few more that I'm leaving out. But let's just put that to the side real quick. We got to talk about this little sneaky Miami that's coming up in there. ACC. How good does this make the ACC look? Now, we know from top to bottom, ACC can't hold a candle to the SEC and the Big Ten. But this Miami team is surging through, and they're making it look good for the ACC right now. They're really making it look good. And I'm going to tell you this. They're not done. They're not done. So the ACC is going to have a chance. Could you imagine? The ACC is going to say, hey, look at that. The big bad SEC, the big bad Big Ten, they're not even the champions. Miami is the national champions. Could you imagine if that actually happened, man? Miami go on. Miami is going to have to go on to play. Now, check this out. Oh, man, it's getting good with me just thinking about this. Okay, so Miami is about to have a chance to play a SEC team. Miami goes on. Now, we're just writing an article right now. Miami goes on to beat Ole Miss, which is the best SEC team right now. One loss. They in the freaking final, the quarter, whatever you call it, the semifinals, whatever you want to call it, right? And then you got Oregon and Indiana, which both of those are Big Ten teams. So Miami goes on to beat Ole Miss. Miami goes on to beat the winner of Indiana and Oregon. Oh, they're going to talk trash. They're going to talk trash because this is the ACC that everybody looked down on, right? And they are looking good right now. They are looking put together. And also, Mr. Carson Beck is going to have some trash to talk because everybody's talk trash about Carson Beck. And believe it or not, Miami was pretty much the last 10. I said the last 10, the last team besides James Madison and Tulane. We're not even going to count those guys. The last Power 4 team that was let into the playoffs. Miami was the last one, Power 4 in, right? And they are making noise right now, and they have a big chance to make it to the big game. And guess what? If Miami makes it to the big game, isn't the big game in Miami this year? Wow. Oh, wow. Could you imagine, man? Could you imagine, man, the big game is in Miami Gardens this year? Wow. Miami, go ahead and do your thing, man. Like I said, man, I wouldn't mind Ole Miss going. And I'm at the point now I don't know who I want to win, right? Because at first, after Indiana beat us, I said, you know what? Indiana's a good team. I wouldn't mind seeing Indiana go. But the more I look at it, the more I'm like, wait a minute, Rags. I like what Miami and I like what Ole Miss is doing because Ole Miss is doing it without their head coach. And he's trying to pluck everybody away from them right now. So I don't know what's going on. My fault, guys. They always call him Miami a blue blood, I guess, because of they always got a talented roster. Okay, I got what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. Signetti got the missing piece in Mendoza. Yeah. Mendoza, he's playing good. He's playing good ball, man. You know, like I say, he's a Heisman Trophy. Evidently, he's a Heisman Trophy winner. Evidently, he's doing something right, you know. Signetti, I don't know. It's different at Bama. No, I don't know, man. I don't know. They say the same. I don't know, man. I don't know. Signetti, man, he's looking good. And maybe you're right, man. Maybe you're right. I know we would not lose any games by double digits if we did lose any, yeah. He said it would be insane. It would be insane, man. Miami, they beat an SEC team. They had to beat the toughest Big Ten team, and they can say that they're champions, man. Y'all hit the like button, please. Hey, man, listen to my guy Dub B, man, William Bryan. If you don't mind, man, hit the like button, man. Share. Do whatever you want to do. Subscribe if you're new, man. There you go. Roll Tide, roll, baby. But yeah, guys, I mean, transfer portal is going crazy right now. I read somewhere earlier, and I don't know how true this is. Somebody said it's like 4,000 players, 4,000 plus players in the transfer portal. That don't sound right to me, but who knows, man? Who knows? That transfer portal is going crazy right now, man. Hey, Alabama alone has like, what, 8, 9? Just imagine. Auburn's got like 40. Hey, Auburn, I'm sorry. But you got a lot of players in the transfer portal. Shout out to Auburn. I see you just got your quarterback. I think it came from USF, right? Shout out to Auburn, man. Hey, do you guys know what's going to happen to DJ Lagway? Where is he going to go? Baylor, Louisville? Where they said all kinds of different schools. I heard Virginia. Hey, guys, let me tell you something. Now, just talking about the ACC. What about James Franklin and Virginia Tech? I think there's going to be a squad that a lot of people's going to look over. But I think he's going to reach into that transfer portal, and he's got a lot of guys that he can get. And they say that Virginia Tech is going to be spending a lot of money this year in the transfer portal. So with saying that, do not forget about old James Franklin, because James Franklin has been a good coach wherever he has gone. Vanderbilt, he was a good coach with those guys. Penn State, he was a good coach with Penn State, even though, you know, the ending didn't end too good, too well with each other, but he still was a good coach with Penn State. I wouldn't mind having old James myself, man. But hey, that's another question for another day, another topic for another day. What you hear? You heard that? Oh, 4,000. Yeah, I heard that, man. Over 4,000 players in the transfer portal. Now, let me tell you something about the transfer portal. Just think of a real portal, right? Think about you, whatever room that you're in right now. Think about something just opening up. It's a portal, right? And it's something you could just step in. It's like you don't know what's in that portal. You don't know what that portal is leading to. You're just stepping into that portal blindly, right? That's the same thing that I feel about a lot of these players that's jumping into this portal right now. Some of these guys, they got agents and stuff like that that's going to help them get. But you can best to believe all 4,000 of these guys don't have agents. They're just stepping into the portal because it's the way that they feel right now. They don't want to be on the team. Their feelings been hurt. They didn't get to start. They only played 2 snaps, or they only played. Some of these guys, they're blessed and they still don't want to. They didn't get to do this. They didn't get to do that. So now all of a sudden they're going to go ahead and jump into the transfer portal. A lot of these guys are going to be stuck in the transfer portal. Everybody's not going to make it out of the transfer portal, right? It's just not going to happen. And even if you do make it out the transfer portal, you're still going to have to go to these other programs and you're going to have to produce. You're going to have to practice. You're going to have to show up. You're going to have to do schoolwork. Nothing's going to change. It's going to be the same thing. So I wish you all the best, especially the ones that's leaving Alabama. And I'm just going to extend it to all the programs, everybody that's in the transfer portal. I wish you all the best, but you can better believe the grass is not always greener on the other side. That's all I can say. Ain't it strange that every year, if the Natty being held in certain bowls, that local teams always seem to get there, i.e. LSU this year in Miami? Hey, man, that's going to be crazy. I can bet you that freaking little city down there, when I say little city, the whole coast over there, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, freaking everything over there is going to go crazy, man. You got Michael Irvin all on the sidelines going crazy. I do like how the alumni always show up and they're on the sidelines and they are animated and they are showing this team that they behind them. They're not talking trash about them. Man, Miami's got something going right now, ladies and gentlemen. I work with a guy that's a big Miami fan. That's the only reason why I would probably go against Miami. But other than that, I like what Miami's got going on. My dog just walked in the room, guys, so if he knocked my light over, he's just wanting to play. I don't know why he won't sit still. He's about to get popped in the head. I know. Can you guys hear that? So right now he's going crazy. I don't know why. I think my daughter's got him riled up. But anyway, man, let's go back to the comment section. It says, Rags, what do you think about the refs controlling the way the game should go, i.e. putting the 1 second back on the clock at the end of the Ole Miss Georgia game? Hey, man, let me tell you something. I will start this off by saying this. I did not watch any of the Georgia and Ole Miss game because after Alabama lost, I was done watching football for a long time. And I haven't watched any football since. I didn't watch the bowl games the day after. I didn't watch any NFL. So I don't know. I really don't know what you're referring to. I haven't watched any ESPN or any of that to know what you're referring to. But I will say this. If the refs put 1 second back on the clock and it shouldn't have been put on there, that's jacked up. It's jacked up. I mean, I have watched some Auburn games this year, and I see that the refs have messed them over, which, is good for me. But I watched them during the Georgia game when the quarterback crossed the goal line. They say he didn't. I watched it the Oklahoma game when they got hosed, where the guy was on the sideline. So the refs have messed up some teams this year, and Auburn's one of them. And it cost Hugh Freeze his job. All the players are in the transfer portal. So think of this. These refs can ruin programs, man. And I feel like that's what's happening to Auburn right now down there. Pete Golden was pissed. Hey, man, do you remember that there was a time that Pete Golden was our defensive coordinator and he sucked? He absolutely sucked, and we ran him out of town. We were so happy that he left. I don't know, man. I'm going to ask y'all this. All my Alabama fans are still out there right now. I know you guys are going to say no, but would you rather have Pete Golden back right now? I know a lot of you guys you satisfied with the defense. I know that. I know a problem with a lot of you guys is that you don't like the offense. But Rags, on the other hand, I don't like the defense that much. Now, it's a thing where they say you bend and you don't break and all that. That's fine and dandy. But I want somebody that's going, well, we ain't going to even bend that much. That's what I want. And I guess this day and age in college football, it's almost like professional football. It's hard not to bend, right? These teams are going to get yards. They're going to get first downs. But it's just the constant chasing somebody behind for me, man. Like, running backs are running straight down the middle of defenses and getting 15 and 20 yards. I don't like it. Because if anything, you're going to have to pass the ball against Alabama in the past. That's the way it was. You're not going to run that ball down the middle. Like, that's just not going to happen. We was always able to turn a team into one dimension. I don't care how good of a running game you had. We could turn you into a one-dimensional team. You had to pass that ball. And if you couldn't pass it, you was not even going to come close to winning. You wasn't going to come close to winning anyway. But you had a better chance by trying to pass it than running it on us. And right now, they are having a field day running this football. Damani Jackson, I will say this. And I usually don't like picking on players, but I'll say this. Damani Jackson, farewell. I hope you have a good time in the NFL or wherever you're going to. But, man, we got to talk to you later on, brother. Holler at you. Please don't put that crimson on no more, man, Damani Jackson. I'm sorry. I usually don't do that, but I got to do it. Damani Jackson, we'll see you on the flip side, man. Go ahead. Go ahead on, man. He said exactly right. That Pete Golden, man. Hell no, won't make us fine. All the offenses, man, see there? You see there? See, I feel you, but, man, it's something about that defense with me, too, that I can't get down with it, man. I can't get down with it. It just makes me angry. My feet, I caught myself the other day. My feet had clenched the carpet, and when the boys had the offensive ball and they were throwing it, it's like and I'm like they continue to get first downs, and I'm just be like, oh, come on, man, get off the field. But I also read some stats that I guess it's just me. I guess I'm picky when it comes to that defense, and I guess I'm unrealistic because I don't even want you to get a first down. I don't want you to cross the 50-yard line. I want it to be a no-fly zone, man. And see, that's what Maurice Linkwitz and all those guys were supposed to do. It's supposed to be a no-fly zone. Now, it was sometimes during the season that my boy Xavier Brown, he created a no-fly zone, right? It made me feel good. But we got to get back to batting that ball down at the line of scrimmage. Bat the ball down. Get the quarterback on the ground. I have seen it to where these guys are touching the quarterback, getting ready to sack him, and the quarterback just shake him loose and just gone downfield. Oh, it makes me hot. We need Scott Cochran back as our strength and conditioning coach. Hey, man, the way it's looking, before long, we're going to need Scott Cochran to be our head coach because Scott Cochran is up, where is that? North Alabama right now? West Alabama. I think he is at West Alabama. And I don't know what his record was, but, hey, he's got a lot of Alabama alumni up there coaching with him. So maybe he could be the head coach. Nah, man, I'm just kidding. I don't know what he's doing up there, man. But shout out to Scott Cochran. I hear a lot of people want Scott Cochran back, and I hear a lot of people say they wouldn't want him back. But I know at one point last year, he was really hanging around the program a lot. And a lot of people were saying it was because he was taking his son there on recruiting trips. So, yeah, man. West Alabama. Okay, he's up there at West Alabama. I knew it was one of those. Yeah, he's doing good. He's got a lot of alumni up there coaching with him. So whatever he needs to bring him back. Man, I thought Ballou was doing a good job at first, man, but it seems to me as if maybe the off-season program is not working out that good. It's not. You know, they introduced a lot of technology and stuff into the locker room. These guys can see their reps and they can see. Maybe we need to just go back to old school, old-fashioned weightlifting. Take all the air conditioners out of there. Take all them big old nice weights out of there. Put some of that old school iron in there. Where it's hot. Where you sweat so much, you got the walls start to have condensation on them where you don't work so hard. Military style. We need a drill sergeant. Y'all know old Rags used to be in that military. We need a drill sergeant, man. That's what we need. We need somebody to get them boys in step. We need them boys to be in they need them boys to be in one. We need a Marine drill sergeant or one of them Army drill sergeants or something, man. Make them boys walk in unison. Make them do drill movements, man. Forward, march. You know what I'm saying? Little face, right face, about face. Make them boys do stuff in unison, man. Put some discipline in them boys. We need to go to the military and we need to get one of them boys in there to train them boys and get them boys right. That's what we need. We need to make them boys. When we was doing bad, man, and we had to do push-ups, we called it pushing Texas. Man, we got down there and did push-ups until the day room was sweating. The windows would fog up. That's the kind of discipline them boys need, man. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's the type of stuff that we need, baby. Take them boys outside and make them run from Tuscaloosa to Birmingham. You know what I'm saying? Make them boys walk from Tuscaloosa to Mississippi, man. Make them walk back. That's what I'm saying, man. We need some hardcore stuff going on, man. Take all that other stuff out of there, man. Like I said, they don't even need air conditioning. Don't let them get water until you think they need some water. That's the kind of hardcore stuff we need going on right now, man. Make them boys go to practice right now. They just lost the Rose Bowl. Okay, come on, let's go to practice. Hey, who's gonna come back next year? Who's going to the transfer portal? Oh, you going to the transfer portal? All right, go ahead. Everybody else, let's go. Let's go to the facilities. Tell your mom and your daddy you ain't coming home right now. No, sir. Nuh-uh. You staying right here with me, baby. Get to know me. I'm going to be your girlfriend for the next few months. I'm going to be your daddy. I'm going to be your mama. I'm going to be everything for the next few months, baby. You got to stay right here. We locked in. Then we're going to see who really want to come to Bama. That's what we need to do, baby. Hey, Deborah, let me come down there and let me talk to them boys a little bit. Let me put them to work. Matter of fact, I'm going to even put some of the coaches to work. That's what they need to do. They need to have an off-season military-style training, maybe for 1 or 2 days, and everybody got to do it. The coaches got to do it. The strength and conditioning coaches got to do it. The football players got it. Everybody got to do it. Got to put into this military-style program. Make all of them dress down in fatigues. Week 0, basic training, man. That's what it is. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, Bama got the weight room to whip these guys in shape. That's what I'm saying. They got the technology and all that. That's cool. Use it if you're going to use it, man. But put these boys to work. Put them to work, man. They can walk to Canada, not going to help. Starts and end with the coaches. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It's got to be some hardcore coaches. You said it earlier. You already getting the 4 and 5 star. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Shout out to my boy Roy. Every time a player mess up, drop it, give me. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm going to tell him for the end, hey, don't forget, you owe me them 20 laps that you got to do. Oh, you dropped the ball? Oh, yeah, you got it. Who? Ryan Williams, you dropped the ball? Okay, I got you. You got to give me 20 laps after practice. Don't think I'm going to forget. 2-mile run. Oh, yeah. Bleachers. Yeah. Drop that ball you want to. Drop it. And see, that come on the position coaches. Oh, you dropped that ball? Nah, it ain't going to be. We're not friends. We're not. I'm going to explain to you as soon as you come here. We are not friends. I did not come into your living room to coach. I'm going to tell your mama. I'm going to tell your mama. I'm going to tell your daddy. If your grandmama come in while I'm recruiting, I'm going to tell her, I'm not coming here to get your boy to come with me to be my friend. I'm going to take care of your boy, but I'm going to be real tough on him. It's going to be times your boy call you and tell you he want to come back home. But just know I'm doing it because I love him. I want him to win in life. I'm trying to make him be the best young man that he can be. But I bet you when he's done with my program, that it's going to be life-changing. It's going to be life-altering. He's going to tell his kids about this program that I'm going to have him going through. He's going to come back and tell you about it. But when it's all said and done, he's going to tell you that this made him out of a man. This right here changed his life, baby. That's what I'm going to tell his mama when I go into the living room. And guess what she going to do? When I leave, she going to talk to the husband. She going to talk to the girl. She going to say, I think I want him to go with that man right there. He don't want to be his friend. He going to keep him out of trouble. He going to make sure he run him. He going to make sure he do it. He going to get his schoolwork because he's a student athlete first. He going to get his stuff together. I ain't coming in here sugarcoating it with you. I ain't going to do it. Maybe I'm going to lose that recruit. I don't know. But the recruit that I get, the 2-star or the 3-star that I do get, he going to play like a 5-star. Me too. And I got to get on it. Make them earn it, man. Got to. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. That's what Saban used to tell them. I ain't trying to be your friend, man. I'm not going to be your friend. But later on, you're going to thank me. You know what I'm saying? You're going to thank me for whatever happens to you in life, right? I'm not going to lead you into the wrong direction. I won't do it. But basically what I'm saying is that's what these coaches need to be doing right now. And I think Deborah is going into these living rooms. And I keep saying the word I think because I'm really not sure. I'm not positive. I don't know what's going on. You don't hear a lot about, the parents don't really talk a lot about Deborah, right? Or what these guys doing. It almost made me think that a lot of the coaches are not doing a lot of the recruiting anymore. It's starting to make me think that a lot of the recruiting agencies is doing some of the recruiting for the players and talking through I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I think he may show up to the schools and stuff every now and then, but I'm thinking there's something fishy about all this stuff, man. You don't hear anybody saying what, Kalen DeBoer came through and he talked about this and he did that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, you didn't get the passing grade? Give me 20 left. Hey, man. Hey, man, I remember I was telling y'all about my high school coach's name was Vince DiLorenzo. So he would be standing outside the field house, right? Before we walk in fourth period, right? He would be standing out there. And the guys that don't have fourth period strength and conditioning, because we had strength and conditioning. I'm sorry, guys. The guys that didn't have it, that came after school or whatever for practice. Anyway, make a long story short, we would have to have we used to get these things called progress reports, and it was written on paper. It wasn't no digital or nothing like that. Nowadays, I think the kids got the digital stuff. But we would come through with the progress report. And then when you showed coach that progress report, that determined on what kind of, you couldn't play football if your progress report. We had our quarterback, that boy had a single digit on his progress report. I never knew you can make single digits in school. And coach got on him. He wasn't a starting quarterback, but coach got on him. Yeah. Coach was big. Coach Vince DiLorenzo was big into those grades, man. He really, really was. But it's gotta be, like we said earlier, we don't want the culture to go downhill, man. We established something that was great, man. It was a dynasty. It was a, like you say, a culture. That's the word that we ought to use, culture. And for that to be tarnished the way that it was, because I really do. I've heard people before say that, our legacy would be tarnished or whatever coming here soon. I never really believed it, but I'm starting to feel it more with this loss to Indiana, 38-3. And it's not just because it was 38-3. It was because when I watched them, when I watched the players, I watched that they didn't have any more fight in them. Because Indiana could have made this game worse than what it was. They really could have. And It's almost like, I mean, man, they could have put up 50 on us if they wanted to. But they just really gave up, man. It felt like everybody gave up. I feel like even the coaches really gave up. Like, especially when they put Austin Mack in there. I said, okay, let's try something, guys. We put Austin Mack in there. If Austin Mack is not moving the ball like very efficiently, let's give him a series, maybe two. Let's pull him out and let's try Russell. Just for the heck of it. Let's just try him and see what he could do in this moment. You know what I'm saying? With a few minutes left in the fourth quarter, let's just see what he can do, maybe a series. And then if you want to, put Mac back in there. But let's just see what Russell can do, man. Let's see how sharp he look. Let's see if it's what his vision looking like. Let's just watch him. And we didn't do that. And to me, that was giving up because, like, if you see somebody else is not getting it done, let's try something else, man. Let's go for the future, right? And I don't know, man. Let's go to the chat. Ja'Cory Williams, Roll Tide, everyone. Hey, everybody, please give my boy Ja'Cory Williams a Roll Tide. Roll, baby. I heard Alabama could get Cam Coleman and Dylan. Hey, man, I've been hearing the same thing. Everybody's talking about this $4 million that he's going to want. I don't know if that's a rumor or not, but I do believe that it could be offset by the family wanting him to attend Alabama, right? Kind of keeping it close to home. The big thing with Cam Coleman is, I don't know too much about Dylan Smother, but the big thing with Cam Coleman is who going to be our quarterback next year? Is he going to trust our quarterback enough next year to say, hey, I'm going to give up a whole year to go to Alabama with my talents? I'm going to take my talent to Tuscaloosa and hope that I got a good quarterback next year. I'm going to hope that my offensive line block, right? That's why Kalen DeBoer needs to do something. I don't know if it's firing. I don't know if it's revamping the offseason program. I'm just saying that it's got to be a change, right? I don't know what it could be. He knows because he's the head coach. And if he don't know what's going on as the head coach, then he needs to be the change. He needs to get out. But I'm pretty sure he knows what's going on right now. And I know that we're not going to fire DeBoer anytime soon. But this is what I'm saying. He's got to go deep. He's got to go home, go in his office like me. I got my office right here. I'm pretty sure if I got one, I know he's got one. If he don't want to go home, go to the stadium, go in your office. And you're going to have to come up. You're going to have to go deep. That's why we made you the leader of this team. You're going to have to know how to resolve these conflicts that we have. And we have a lot of them right now, man. Say fire Grubb. And see, that's hard for me because you know why it's so hard for me? I know he's not looking good right now, but I was one of the people that was championing for Grubb to come. Hey man, let's go get Grubb. Grubb is going to be Batman, and Kalen DeBoer is Robin. Hey, Grubb is the one that's bringing the swag. That's what I was thinking, but it's not looking good, man. And I'm trying to figure out what happened. Hey, y'all, just do me a favor. Let's take it back to the times that we was doing good, right? Let's take out Florida State. Let's take the games in the middle between Florida State and Oklahoma. Let's take those games, right? When we was doing good. But we did struggle against South Carolina. Somebody else we struggled against. But let's take the ones that we was doing real good. What was Grubb doing? Grubb was calling all kinds of plays that was getting us big yardage and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden it stopped. Something happened to where it stopped. Now, I'm telling you guys to go back because maybe you can help me figure this out. Was it that Grubb was calling the same things over and over, and now the other defenses caught on to it? The other defensive coaches, they caught on to it and say, oh, I found their tendencies. When they do this, I know that is going to happen. When I see this happening, I know that is going to happen. Right? Is his play calling so predictable. Is that what it is? And I'm not being funny. I'm just really trying to get to the bottom of it because he was doing so good at one point in time. Even Ty Simpson was doing so good, and it made it seem like maybe this is it. Maybe this is what we did. It was at one point in time the defense wasn't doing so good, and the offense was the one that was winning for us. Then it came with offense, wasn't doing good at defense. It was always one or the other. We never put together a whole game. We never had it to where the offense was just clicking on all cylinders and the defense was, and we was just running it up. And I'm not talking about Louisiana, Monroe, and I'm not talking about Eastern Illinois. I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about against the premier competition. So it's like I'm trying to figure out like what happened. And maybe if we figure out what happened between those games, maybe we can say, well, Grubb, maybe you can stay. But Grubb, maybe just don't make your play so predictable. Maybe if you throw a wrinkle somewhere and where they can't read and know what we're doing. But even with that being said, even when Grubb called a play, Simpson would go to the line and he would audible and he would call other plays. So it's beginning to make me think that it wasn't just all Grubb, because Ty Simpson was doing his thing a lot. And when Ty Simpson first started doing his thing, he was looking like a genius. That's when we started the campaign, Ty Simpson for Heisman. Because not only is Ty Simpson throwing these darts and getting his players together, but he's calling his own plays. So that's what I'm trying to find out, like what went wrong. It's almost like a therapy session I'm having with myself right now, if you think about it. What went wrong? Let's go to the comments. Boy, Brian said, the boy needs to go talk to his parents. He needs to tell them that he doesn't get a dime until he's tested on the field. Who are we talking about? Yes, sir. Ryan Williams did. Yeah, he did. He did. And even I think Jalen Mbakwe maybe even wanted that guy to come. We need speed edge rushers on our defensive line and an O-line that's more athletic with quick twitch, not guys that's big with slow feet. Man, it's just bad, man. It's really bad. We need an offensive line. We need a bunch of them. I like the old style logo on your hat, man. Hey, man, appreciate that, Cybergun. Appreciate that, man. That's the old throwback A right there. The block style A, they like to call it. Exactly. Ty was checking out of dumb. Yeah, Grubb was calling. But see, he was still doing that, though, throughout the season, though. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, let's put it all into perspective. Okay, say, for instance, Grubb was calling dumb stuff, right? And then here comes Ty Simpson. He was calling out of it. And he was being successful. And so we started saying, Ty for Heisman. Ty's doing it. But Ty did this every time he thought that it was a dumb play or a play that wouldn't work. We'll say that. He was still audible out of it, but it wasn't working anymore. And a lot of times when he was, I don't know if you guys really paid attention tonight, when he was audible out of it, he'll get the clock right down to 0. And I will be honest with you, it's a lot of times that clock was sitting at 0 and we still ran the play and the refs never gave us a delay of game. I saw it several times. But that's neither here nor there. He was calling, he was audible and out, he was doing this thing, but it's like, was that the reason why maybe his audibles wasn't working? Maybe he thought Grubb was calling dumb plays. He audibled out of it, and he audibled into something that didn't work. Or was it? I don't know. I'm asking you guys to help me, man. It's like I'm not the guru here. I'm asking, let's come to a collective and see what's really going on here, because it just don't sound right to me. It's a glitch in the system. There's something going on. And I think that if we come up with together, I think we can figure out what it is instead of, I'm not saying we're just blaming everybody, but I'm just saying I think as a whole, if we think about it, because it may be something that I'm thinking about that y'all not thinking about. Or it may be something that y'all thinking about that I'm not thinking about. And y'all can help me be like, but Rags, even when he was audibling out, this was happening, that was happening, and maybe I wasn't looking at it like that. But I just want to put it into perspective to let you guys know that we want to fire Grubb, but when Grubb called a lot of those plays, old boy was going to the line and he was calling something else. So with him doing that, is it Grubb's fault? Do Grubb just sit back and be like, okay, I'm gonna let him audible out every time he get it's Ty Simpson really at Peyton Manning level, like to go up to the line and just call something else? Maybe it was working at first when he was calling something else, but maybe after a while in the season, he wasn't calling, the plays he was calling wasn't so good. When Grubb runs something, he say, well, no, this is what we're gonna do. I don't know. I'm not a quarterback. I've never been one. I don't know. I'm not an offensive coordinator. I've never been one, but I'm just wondering, could it be okay, so let me say this. Maybe it wasn't all Grubb. Maybe it wasn't all Ty Simpson. Maybe it was them two together that was kind of messing something up. Let me go back. Let me see what y'all saying. Y'all crazy over here. $4 million guy. Oh, you talking about Cam Coleman. I like this. My guys over here in the comment section, they're acknowledging each other, man. You got Latoya Jacour, you got my boy Jay Smith. I like that. Roll Tide, roll, everybody. Roll Tide, roll. I love it. Ever since Mizzou, Ty was getting lit up off that right side. Okay, so it was the boy, what was that boy name over there playing? I forget his name. It'll come to me in a minute. After that, his clock was sped up and started throwing out his mechanics off. The boy also didn't want Ty running. See, that's what I'm saying. See, now that's a whole nother topic we got to. What do you mean he don't want him running? If that boy can run, he better get that first down. But then if you run, you also can't do the stupid stuff you did against Indiana. Let the boy hit you all in your back and all that, then you just cough up the ball. I was like, Ty, what are you doing, baby? Go down, baby. We finally got a little bit of positive going on. Ty, just go down. And I'd be daggone, as soon as we got just a tad bit of positive, boom, we was hit by lightning. Gosh. We have a Big Ten problem. We lost 2 times against Michigan, and we lost to Indiana. Man, and that's what we don't want to continue to do, because guess what? You see how we just tallied that up? You know for a fact they tallying it up over there, man. They loving it. I had a guy jump in the comment section the other day. He asked me that when I was talking junk, when I was saying, hey, man, Bama's going to beat the socks off of Indiana, right? I knew it was a chance Bama wasn't going to do it, but they didn't know that. So he came in my comment section. He said, when is the last time that Alabama beat a Big Ten team? I said something smart back to him, I think. But, hey, he was truthful. Hey, he told the truth. But I was just going to say something smart to him just because that's what I do. Right? But, yeah, man, it's beginning to be that thing to where, you know, it's a tattoo we're going to have to wear in a minute, man. Like, come on, bro. We cannot keep doing this, man. We used to beat them boys for, man, that was practice playing them boys. You remember when they messed around and let Michigan State get into the playoffs against us when we had the 14 playoff? Ain't that when Derrick Henry stiff-armed that boy and that boy just went flying? Like, man, we used to toy with these dudes, man, on a regular. Come on, man. Puff, puff, pass. He wanted to keep Ty upright, man. Ty was too upright. Man, Ty, man, and you know what? Like I said, if I could show y'all videos way back when Jalen Milroe, I was a Ty guy. I knew at one point that Ty was not going to be able to beat out that experience of Jalen Milroe, but I was a Ty guy. I always have been. I always thought that he could throw and run. And I'm gonna tell you guys this, believe it or not. Now, I mean, this is the early days now, and that's why I like talking about this stuff. I'm looking at the clock right now. It's January the 4th. These are the early days of some talk that's going on. It's a big chance that Ty Simpson could come back to the University of Alabama. Now, the conversation that we just had earlier about Ty Simpson and Ryan Grubb. Now, just think about this. And I don't know. Once again, I'm asking you, I'm not the guru here. I'm saying I think we put our heads together collectively, we can come up with something. On this, what I'm about to ask you now. Do you think that Ty Simpson would do better? Maybe not just Ty Simpson. Do you think that Ryan Grubb and Ty Simpson would do better with another year of each other? They're more familiar with each other. They know each other's tendencies. Now you come back a second year and you call audibles and stuff like that. You have a little bit more confidence because now you've played under Grubb's system a little bit longer. Say, for instance, you get them a good offensive line coach. Washington won the Joe Moore Award or whatever it was, wasn't it? Joe Moore Award when Deborah and Huff and all those guys. So maybe they need to go and get Huff. When Huff was the lineman coach over there at Washington Huskies, maybe they need to go get that old thing back. You know, sometimes when you get that old thing back, man, that's a good feeling. Sometimes you can get that old thing back, man, and it just feels good. So if they go get Huff back, man, put these offensive linemen in the right position. You got another year of growth. Now I'm just y'all don't kill me. I'm just talking here. I'm just asking a question. You put Ty Simpson and Ryan Grubb in another year in the same system, would it be a better outcome? What y'all think? Somebody just give me a yes or a no. That's all I want to see. Somebody please give me a yes or a no. Then, the next comment you can elaborate on it. But please give me a yes, give me a no. Do you think it'll be better next year if we're just putting a scenario out there. If Ty Simpson decides to come back, play under another year with Ryan Grubb, they're more familiar with each other. They can bounce off each other. I mean, it's just everything's going good. It's silky smooth. New offensive line coach. Keep in mind, Caden Proctor's going to be gone now because we got to put somebody in that place over there. What do you guys think? You say yes. Okay, I like that. That's what they say. But we just right now, we using a scenario that if he do come back, that he comes to Alabama. Do you think it'll be better? Do you think it'll be a better situation? Could this just be the case of a first year thing, right? First year Ryan Grubb, first year Ty Simpson. I mean, keep in mind now, I'm gonna state the obvious. I mean, we did make the playoffs. I mean, we did make it to the second round of the playoffs. Now, it's just Rags being optimistic Rags here, y'all. I'm just stating the obvious. It ain't like we didn't make the playoffs. Now, we got our butts handed to us in that second round. But, I mean, we did make the playoffs. Barely. Barely. But we made it. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think, man? Let me go back up to the comment section. The thing going up. Let me see. Let me go to Latoya. She said, our dynasty started in the trenches. DeBoer has to get the O-line. Man, that's what I'm talking about. That fits his scheme and a nasty D-line. I'm talking about nasty. Toya, I don't know if you ever came in here and talked to me before when I be talking. I say, man, we got to get nasty. Somebody in there, they asked me, how nasty, Ray? I said, we got to get freak nasty. I mean, that defensive line got to be so nasty, man. I'm talking about knocking the balls down at the line of scrimmage. I'm talking about getting in there causing turnovers. I'm talking about them linebackers supposed to be so freak nasty, man. I'm talking about blitzing, man, getting in there, knocking the quarterback arm back, making sure the ball don't go forward, getting fumbles, and taking that thing back to. That's how nasty we supposed to be. That's the Alabama way, man. Freak nasty. Miami and Ole Miss should be in the Peach Bowl, and Oregon and Indiana. That would be good, wouldn't it? That would be good. Keep everybody over here on the East Coast, man. You know what I'm saying? Not the East Coast, but on the East side. You know what I'm talking about? Atlanta, Georgia, and send Oregon and Indiana over there. The Fiesta Bowl in Arizona, I think. Phoenix, to be exact, if I'm not wrong. I think Kalen DeBoer is scared of the Big Ten teams. Before he came to Alabama, he was getting his butt whooped over there in Washington by Ohio State. But see, he wasn't when DeBoer was with Washington, they was straight up Pac-12, Pac-10, I should say. There was a Pac, but he was whipping up on Oregon. You know, him and Washington and Oregon was the cream of the crop over there when he was over there. So when he left and came over here, that's when Washington and all of those people ended up going into the Big Ten. Yeah, but if Ty comes back, who's to say he wins the job? Then you got a point there. But here's the thing. You got to go through practice, right? He won it before the first time. What's going to be different the second time? See, I do acknowledge your question, though. That's a good one. But then we got to also, state the obvious. It was a quarterback competition the first go-round. He won that one. And from my knowledge, it wasn't really even all that close. But, I mean, he may be like Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe was one heck of a practice quarterback. If you wanted to see a elite quarterback, you go to Jalen Milroe practice. But boy, if you want to see something just mind-boggling, you go to the Jalen Milroe game. Sometimes, boy, that boy can run like a deer. And sometimes he's a deer in headlights. It's just like which deer you gonna be? You gonna run like the deer, or you gonna be the deer in headlights and just be stuck and don't know what's going on? I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. They said if Ty Simpson come back, he might go to Oregon. I think I read that one already. Yeah. O-line coach need to go now and Grubb. Amen. Joe Elwood. Now, what a lot of people saying, man, I don't believe DeBoer going to get rid of Grubb this first year, but they got to come up with something, man. It could be beneficial, especially if they have a run game. Now we talking. We get that offensive line going. We establish a run game, which is most definitely going to be Daniel Hill. Now, let me tell you how the run game going to go next year. It's going to be Daniel Hill, Kevin Riley, mixed with a little bit of A.K. Deer, and they're going to try to get E.J. Crowell in there a little bit. These are the four guys you're going to be watching for right here. Right there, those guys. Now, it's also rumors out there that there's a guy from North Carolina State that they're saying is going to be a big target for Alabama. I say you throwing too many wrenches in the toolbox. That's what I say. But who am I? Once again, I'm a fan just like everybody else. But I think if you add this guy from North Carolina State, that's just too many wrenches in the toolbox. Now you're looking at another transfer portal situation. Now who we're going to lose? A.K. Deer. Now, I don't know if you guys recall, but we was big on A.K. Deer. Now that A.K. Deer is there, it's like he's an afterthought. Now we're talking about E.J. Crowell. We're not even talking about A.K. Deer anymore, which A.K. Deer is going to be special. He's going to be special once he get that ball. You're going to have my boy Hill. You're going to be pounding that ball. You're going to have Riley that's speedy. He's very speedy and very shifty. You're going to get A.K. Deer in there. There's going to be a home run hitter. And you're going to also have E.J. Crowell, who's going to be a home run hitter. We're going to have a good backfield without that guy from North Carolina State. But if he as good as advertised, then I guess, hey, it don't hurt to have another one of those guys in the backfield. Chris Cap for sure needs to go. Hey, man, we're going to have to do him like this, man. I hate to do – he seems to be a nice guy. But sometimes we all know that nice guys finish last. And, man, I hate to do it to you, buddy. I say yes, but not with Ryan Grubb around. So you say, I get what you say. You say, okay, Ty Simpson come back, but Grubb got to go. Ooh. Jay Smith said yes, he think it'll work. Toy said, and we made it without a run game, so hats off to the team for that's what I'm saying. Like, we made it without a run. Toya, if we just put a little bit of that together with that offensive line, because let me tell you something. Ryan Williams ain't going nowhere. Everybody talking about Ryan Williams. But let me tell you this. Let me go into my Confucius. Watch this. I'm going to go into my Confucius mind thought right now. And I'm going to tell you something. Ryan Williams is going to be breakout next year. Ryan Williams is going to be all-world receiver next year for Alabama. Watch and see what I tell you. I don't know. Let me tell you that I don't know how far the team going to go. Hopefully we go back to the playoffs and have a better outcome than we did this year. But that Ryan Williams, this offseason, and this may just be wishful thinking, he better go put some work in. Whoever the quarterback is going to be, him and Keelan Russell, whoever, they need to take a trip to Florida, play in the sand, or go wherever they go, in the mountains, Colorado, wherever they want to go to, they need to be together and practice. He's going to be all world next year. Grubb does not coach the strength of our players. Yeah, man. Hey, I don't know if you're saying that we need a new strength and conditioning coach or not, but that's what's been, a lot of people been saying that. And I think you may be saying that Grubb is not using the players to their best abilities. I think that's what you may be saying too. But yeah, I agree with you on that too. He need to put players in better position. I'm glad that we didn't continue to run Caden Proctor the way that we did at the beginning, because I had a feeling that one of those plays he was going to fumble or something like that, and that would have really took the confidence out of him. But I'm glad that he threw a few wrinkles in, but it wasn't nothing to just earth-shattering, you know what I mean? We do not have the coaches for that nasty style. That's what I'm mad about, though. Need to bring Pruitt back and make them guys physical, another special team guy along with the strength coach. And that's what I'm saying. Everybody know I've been yelling this for 3, 4, 5 years now. Rags won't Pruitt. I won't Pruitt. But guess what? It may never happen. Somebody needs, see, the thing about it is, like I say, it's a culture thing. The board don't know that Pruitt is attached to our culture. He's a part of our culture. He could be a guy that we can no longer get a Lane Kiffin or a Sarkisian or one of those guys that was a part of that winning culture. We have to go and get guys like Jeremy Pruitt. Jeremy Pruitt was a big part of that winning culture that we had. When Kirby Smart left and he stepped in and everything was just right on time, right? He's got it. As long as he's not the head coach, if you just put him as a linebacker coach or maybe even D-line coach or defensive coordinator, he's going to be clicking on all cylinders. And I don't believe that Kalen DeBoer would go and get him just off of something that's just dealing with him. I believe somebody would have to go to Kalen DeBoer and be like, hey, man, let's try this. Let's go and get Pruitt and let's bring Pruitt. Now, here's going to be the debate. Here's going to be the whatever the word I'm looking for. What would you do with Pruitt? Because we all know that Kalen DeBoer don't want to kick out Kane Womack. It's going to have to be somewhere that we're going to put Pruitt. Is he going to be a secondary coach? Is he going to, but then you're going to also have to get rid, whenever you bring Pruitt in, you're going to have to get rid of somebody. You don't have to, but most of the time with a person like Pruitt that's got the ties to the program, that knows what the program need, he needs to be an on-field coach. He don't need to be an assistant to anybody. He needs to be an on-field coach, and in order to get him on the field, somebody's going to have to be pushed out the way. To me, it should be an easy choice, but it may not be so easy to Kalen DeBoer. Ty Wood had that experience. He said that NC running back is sold. He runs tough. Hey, man, I won't lie to you. I haven't watched a lot of that guy, but from what I've been hearing, they say he's that guy. I still think that you're adding a lot of wrenches into that. We're just seeing what happened to Richard Young. Now, going into the season, we would have thought that Richard Young would have. Think about the first game you saw of Alabama. We thought that Richard is going to be Jam Miller and Richard Young. And mainly, we thought Richard Young was going to be maybe even better than Jam Miller. We ended up starting Kevin Riley. everybody was like, what? Who is this guy? Like this guy, well, we knew who he was, but this early, like Kevin Riley. And to me, he was running the ball pretty good. He was a shifty guy, kind of quick twitch, fast guy. But, it was just he wasn't as strong to get away from those tackles and stuff. But I believe, like I said, starting it off, he was one of our best running backs. Richard Young just never got that. He never got it. So if you end up putting that NC guy in, NC State guy, somebody's going to end up taking the back seat, and they're going to end up going to the transfer portal. And I'm just mighty afraid that it'll be A.K. Deer. And I can remember when we was recruiting A.K. Deer, how happy we was to get him. And I just feel like now that it's an afterthought and they don't make us look good. We just want players just to get them, just to keep them away from another team. But then when it's time to play them, we say, hey, man, let's get this guy to transfer portal. What happened to the excitement that we have for A.K. Deer? You really don't hear it anymore. And I believe A.K. Deer is going to be a good running back, man. Let's see. The board need to bring Pittman for I heard a lot of people say that, man. And honestly, I liked Pittman when he was with Arkansas, man. I think Pittman would be, he's just think of it, that's a head coach that's becoming a O-line coach, man. That can only be a positive, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a guy that's used to running a program, right? He was the guy that was scheduling, the guy that was making the whatever however you want to put it. And to put him down as an O-line coach, I believe that would be great. I believe he would have those guys very organized, right? He's now just paying attention. He's focused on one group, and I believe he can use his talents to bring those guys out. I think that's good. I don't think Kep has ever been the head of any program, right? And like I say, I like Kep. I think Kep is a nice guy. And I don't want to see Kep out there in the street stranded where he don't have a job. I'm not calling for nobody's job. They can step him down. They can make him assistant offensive line coach. But we got to have a real offensive line coach to get these boys together. We got to have it. We got to have it, man. Cybergun, that's who we need. Oh, talking about that NC State guy. Like I said, many people saying it. Just rags, just being rags. I say, man, it is cool. And I'm going to root for, if the boy running, I'm going to be the first one out there like, man, roll, tide, roll. But I want to see A.K. Deer develop. I don't want to see him hit the transfer portal. I want to see E.J. Crowell get his chance. And I also want to see he'll continue to come in and block and do his thing. I want to see Kevin Riley do his thing, right? So, it is what it is. I think the team needs to get together this offseason and build a chemistry and bond together. That's what I'm saying. And see, maybe they don't have a problem with that. I don't know, man. I guess that's a thing. That's a thing that I don't know too much about. I can't remember the last season that Saban coached. I went to the A-Day game and I saw how all the parents were so cool with each other. I watched Preston, Alexander parents. I sat there and talked to Alexander's. What's Alexander? Jeremiah Alexander. He played with Clemson right now. But before he hit the transfer portal, I sat up there and I talked to his family. They were the nicest people, man. His sisters, his mom, his dad, Chaz Preston. I think his people was up there. Some more people was up there. And the families were so cool. You could tell that they all got together and did stuff. And they had one unit, right? And I talked about this in the old video that I made. It was refreshing to see those families like that with each other. I was talking to Jeremiah Alexander's family, and the mom took me and introduced me. I told her, I said, hey, I got a YouTube channel, and I do this, and I do this, and I do this. I didn't capitalize off of it, but I should have. I should have told her, hey, I want to interview your son, and I didn't do all that. I just sat there and I talked to the families, but it was cool, man. Everybody was just, we talked about where they was from and what their sons had going on. I talked to the sisters, and the sisters would tell me little stories about Jeremiah Alexander when he was little. She would tell me little stuff. It was cool, man. I'm gonna get off my soapbox on that. But yeah, they was together back then. I don't know if they're together right now, but I know back then they were. I want to give Grubbs the benefit of the doubt because it's his first year in the SEC. If he stays, we need a major change to be shown week one. Week one, right off the rip, he got to show a good a change, right? And just imagine, like I said, if him and Ty come back together, he could have a chip on his shoulder. I don't want Ty thinking about no Heisman Trophy. I mean, that's gonna come. That's gonna come, Ty. But we don't know what's gonna happen, man. We're gonna see. This is what I want y'all to do. If you're not subscribed to Rags channel, subscribe to Rags channel, right? We're gonna sit back and we're gonna see this. We're gonna watch this together. We're gonna watch this whole thing play out. We're gonna watch it unfold. It's January the 4th right now already. I'm gonna let you know this. You guys are about to go back to work if you're not already been to work. It's about to fly. Time is about to fly by. The next thing you know is going to be April. It's going to be A-Day games. It's going to be all this stuff going on. We're going to be getting more intel. We're going to know a lot more. We're going to know if Ty Simpson's back. We're going to know if Austin Mack's going to be the quarterback. We're going to know who's fired and who's hired. We're going to know who's on our team from the transfer portal. We're going to know what all our guys is coming from this recruiting class, what they're going to look like. Guys, let's watch it together. Let's watch it unfold. And I think, man, we're gonna buy into it, I think, after a while. We're just upset right now with the fashion that we lost. We could have accepted it a little bit better if we would have lost by a field goal or something like that. But to get beat so bad and to see that we gave up, I think that's what's hurting us so much more. And I think that's another reason why a lot of kids are going into the transfer portal. A lot of those guys are hurt too. It's a lot of emotions flowing right now, right? We don't know what the locker room looked like once those guys went back in. It could have been a lot of fingers being pointed. It could have been a lot of players mad at the coach saying, man, the board's trash. I got to get out of here, right? You know, these guys hear their parents talking. They hear the guys at the barbershop talking. They hear their cousins talking, and everybody's going to have something to say. They hear it. I mean, the internet, they hear it. Hey, who knows? They may have watched Rag say one or two things. Maybe they've read one of you guys over here. They ain't got to do nothing but go to YouTube and type in Alabama. Who knows what comes up, right? Who knows? Let's see. I doubt Sam Pittman wants to downgrade to a coordinator position. Not even a coordinator. He would be downgrading into a position coach. He'll definitely need more conditioning. But I'm going to tell you something now. I watched that boy now, Latoya. I watched him when he come out of high school. I was over in San Antonio. I went to the Army All-American games when it was then. He was a little bit more chunkier then. It seemed like he slimmed his upper body down. But his legs are so big, he's just a normal big guy. He's a big dude. I stood beside him. And I'm a big dude, but I ain't like he's a young boy. I'm an old man now. He's a young boy, so he's put together. He's got tree trunks for legs, man. And I told somebody, I said, this guy's gonna be a load to stop right here. I think he's gonna have to run harder. He's gonna have to run with a little bit more gumption than what he ran with. That's all. That's what I'm gonna say. I believe he could put the fear in people if he ran hard enough. Maybe Saban can put a bug in DeBoer ear. That's what I'm talking about. Now that's what I'm talking about. Put a bug in his ear, man. Please. Rex, we got that $1 million weight room and it's not getting used. I don't know what's going on, man. When WB, do you remember I made a video about that weight room a while back, man? That's ridiculous, bro. Linebacker coach. So he said, bye, Chuck. Holla at you. Chuck, we're going to catch you later on, player. Pruitt will be an analyst. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think even with him going to Jacksonville State, I think he's going to have to be an analyst first before he can do the on-field thing. I know they've been going back and forth to court to try to get things lifted. The NCAA versus Alabama, the state of Alabama. And the state of Alabama told NCAA, hey, man, they playing football in my state. They can do what they want to do. NCAA say, no, that's not the way it go. They got to go by our rules. So they're going back and forth right now, man. The board said he want 4, 5, or 6 running for what? If one of them ain't, man, please. I guess, man. On another thing, we got to work on clock management and time up. Yeah, we got to. Now, I'm going to tell you, so I said it earlier. I don't know if you remember, Jay Smith, when I was telling you I would watch Ty Simpson come to the line and do those audibles, a lot of time we'd be right at the one, right at the zero. But I have seen it to where that zero has sat on there. And I just sit back and I watch. I smile like this. I'll be in a room with somebody, be like, whoa, that almost like to been it should have been a delay of game, and it wasn't. I've seen it. I heard from a good source that Cap is the worst coach on the team. And that's what I'm saying. So think about this. But these players know that. We're hearing it through the grapevine. So these guys are like, man, I'm not about to stick around here and let this guy continue to coach me. That's why the board is going to have to make an executive decision to say, I'm losing players because of these coaches. Which one is more valuable to me, the coach or the player? We're going to get these coaches from somewhere else. These players, we got to keep these. These are top-notch players. We just lost Noah Carter to the portal, man. There's no way we should have been losing Noah Carter, man. But a lot of these guys, like I said, they're going to wind up at Oregon State. They're going to wind up at Michigan State due to these coaches that's going to be poaching them, right? Some of them are going to go to some weird college like Colorado or something like that. But for the most part, they're going to end up where these coaches are going to, right? Oregon State, Michigan State. With all our O-line players leaving, need to let the board know we are having problems with the O-line. Yep. That should give them an indication of what's going on. But some of them guys wasn't going to never see the field anyway. Like that dude, O-Linus or whatever his name was, he was just big, man. He was big, but I don't know if he's got that it factor in him. I watched that guy in high school. I went to the Under Armour All-American game in Florida when him and actually Richard Young was in the backfield too, playing in that game. Actually, Kelby Collins, you guys can go on my YouTube channel and find that video. Kelby Collins was actually playing in that too, but he committed to Florida from that game. He was actually the defensive MVP. Kelby Collins was. And Zachariah Branch, he was committed to USC at the time. He was the offensive player of the game. That was back at the Under Armour game. That was played in Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida. That's been like 3-4 years ago. About 3 years ago, I think it was. But yeah, man, that's what that's about. That O-line guy, O-Linus or whatever his name is. This is the year Ty needs to go to the NFL since he is a third quarterback taking. Well, yeah. If they're giving him a good grade, then I tell him, man, go ahead and go and do your thing, man. Do your thing. Because, teams are looking for quarterbacks right now in the NFL. Every year they're constantly drafting quarterbacks high. So if you can go and get your money, young man, go and get it. But I think Ty is the type of person that he wants to come back and actually make a mark on college football. I believe, I've seen a lot of people give their opinion. And here it goes. Rags is going to give his opinion. This is Rags' take. I believe that Ty Simpson will come back to college football. And I believe that he's going to play for the University of Alabama. That's just me. I don't believe that he's going to go to no Oregon or Tennessee. Maybe it will happen. Hey, man, throw pie in my face, throw tomatoes at me. I hear a lot of people saying it. I don't believe it. I believe that Ty Simpson is going to come back to the University of Alabama. Austin Mack is going to hit the transfer portal. That's my beliefs. I've been wrong before. Well, I'm going to hit the sack. Roll Tide, roll, baby. Shout out to my boy Dub B, man. Thank you for attending the stream tonight, man. You know we're going to have plenty more. That's my guy right there. Been my boy for a minute. Hey, you remember what Caden Proctor told you? Roll Tide, roll, baby. Cam Coleman mom wants him to go to Bama since Coach Nix is there. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I like old Coach Nix. Hey, I'm gonna try to see if I can give me some connections because I want to talk to old Coach Nix. I know I've watched Coach Nix play football for a long time. Now I'm watching him coach, and I like the addition. I do, and I think with Nix coming, I really do think that we have a good chance. With all of these receivers leaving, I think we have a good chance. Now you think about it. If you're Ty Simpson, you don't get a first round grade. You get Cam Coleman to commit to the program. You see that Coach DeBoer is making progress. He gets you a new offensive line coach. You still got Ryan Williams. What is Horton going to do? We don't know. Jeremy Bernard, I think he's gone. Horton, I don't know. I don't know what Horton's situation is, right? Cam Coleman, you got Latsier Brooks, you got the young guys, number 30. You got the tight ends. I just heard that Edwards said he's coming back. So you're Ty Simpson, and you say, man, I got these weapons at my disposal. I really do think that Ryan Hollywood Williams is going to be better next year. You say, man, I'm still getting paid. I'm at the University of Alabama. I've stayed all of these years. I stayed behind Milroe. I stayed behind all these guys, and I waited my turn. I don't have a fleeing personality. I don't just flee when things go wrong. Because if I was going to flee, I could have been fled a long time ago. I don't believe Ty Simpson. If he don't get the grade that he won in the NFL, he's coming back to Alabama, and he's going to play football right here in Alabama, man. He's not going to Oregon. He's not going to Texas. If Ty Simpson wanted to do that, he could have done it a long time ago. And I must give Ty Simpson his flowers because I've seen a lot of guys come and I've seen a lot of guys go. And the same way Milroe did is the same thing that Ty Simpson is doing. He could have left. He could have left us abandoned when we didn't have one. He could have left along with Ty Buckner and all of them guys, Eli Holstein and all of them, and we would have really been searching for a quarterback. But he stayed because that's loyalty. And that's something that you don't find in this day and age. Now, he may be loyal to a fault, but who knows, right? Hey, there go my boy. Hey, everybody. Stop what you're doing and give my boy the godfather of the SEC a big roll. Tide roll, baby. There we go, baby. How you doing tonight, man? He said, the whole college football calendar needs to be changed, Rags. Put it in the same clock as the NFL. Start your spring practice in May. Maybe you could. I told you earlier. I don't know if you was in here. I'm a big believer into where I think the college football, the game of college football is going to start competing with the NFL. It's not going to be like, I don't know, but I just know this. I wouldn't be surprised if college football started changing all around, man. I don't know. These players getting paid, the amount of money they're getting paid, it's no longer an amateur sport. This is a professional sport. At the while, we're going to have to call it a professional sport. That's what they do in the pros. They get paid for their services, man. And check this out. They always said Alabama don't have a professional team, but in a minute, they're going to be screaming, well, they got two of them. They went from having one, not only two, we're going to have more than two. We're going to have freaking 6 or 7 of them. You got freaking UAB, all of them getting paid. Troy, South Alabama, right? But the two major ones, you know, it's going to be Alabama and Auburn. So after a while, it ain't even going to be amateur game. They're not going to even classify it as amateur anymore, man. It's going to go crazy. Now, maybe I'm just speaking nuts right now, but just the way it's going to me, man, with all the pay, not only that, but when a player when they can request $4 million, bro, it ain't $10,000. Hey, I'm gonna give your mama $10,000, get y'all a car and do this. You know, like they said they used to do it back in the day. Bro, $4 million, man. That's not just a drop in the bucket. That's life changing, man. And I wonder, what is the 4 years? What is the $4 million for? 1 year for a receiver, not a quarterback now. So if I'm paying a receiver $4 million, how much am I paying a top-notch quarterback? Bro, this is not collegiate football. The only thing that's collegiate about this is that, I guess, if you go to school for, you got to call it collegiate. But as far as after school, when you step on that football field, this is darn near professional football, man. All right, I'm about to go to bed. Good night. Hey, man, Ja'Cory Williams, let me give you one of these before you go, man. Roll Tide. Roll, baby. Hey, man, I hope you have your good night, man. We're going to catch you next go-round, though, brother. We need a special teams overhaul. And see, this year's quarterback class is weak. He will fall further behind next year if he doesn't ball out. But that's the thing. This year quarterback class is weak, I will agree. Next year is not looking that much greater. It's just a weak quarterback class. They reach for guys. They reach for dudes all the time. Cam Ward went number 1. Cam Ward, man, I don't care what nobody's. Cam Ward is cool. He not no number 1 quarterback, bro. He not. It ain't in him, if you ask me. Mama usually gets what she wants. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Giving them the $4 million. Yeah, hopefully she come on. We can't give her $4 million though. 30 watts. That's what I was trying to say, man. That's what I was trying to say, bro. Caleb Downs saw it coming. Imagine if he stayed with us and he brings that leadership you need. Yeah, he would have been very useful. I think he would have most definitely been. I mean, most definitely, yeah. I don't even know why I say I think most definitely better than Keon Sabb and Bray Hubbard. And I like both of those guys, right? But I mean, you know, this guy here he's good. Caleb Downs is good. Don't forget about Rico Scott. Yeah, when I was naming those receivers earlier. Rico Scott. If Ty transfers, he was asked to leave. Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one. I do agree with you on that one. But the only reason why I feel like they would ask him to leave, I don't feel like they would. This is what I think. I think Austin Mack is a formidable quarterback. I don't believe that they would ask Ty to leave for Austin Mack. But I do believe if they think Russell is really the future and Russell get to telling them, hey, man, I need to play. Like, I need, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to ask y'all for no more NIL money, but I do want to see a little bit more. Come on now, bro. Give me something. I think they'll be like, Ty, you know, either you're going to have to chill and take the back seat for a little bit. We're going to put you in there still, but we got to get, what's the name, some reps. Ty going to be like, wait a minute. No, I need all the reps I can get because I didn't go to the draft this year because I'm planning on being in the first round. So I got to get everything I get. Then I think he'll end up going to another team. I think then he would think twice about it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Hey, God, we're doing good, man. Doing great, bro. Good to see you. Good to see you. LSU got a lot of, what you say? They said they got a lot of good visits coming up. Well, you know, LSU is gonna have a lot of good visits going on, coming on, man. Because of Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin is a guy that's, what's the word that I could use for Lane Kiffin? I was about to say some more crazy word like mesmerize. That ain't the right word. He's a guy that can relate to players and stuff like that, I think. I think Lane Kiffin got a little bit of both worlds in him. I think he could be a player coach, but I also think when time comes, he can light into him. Maybe not to a Saban extent, but I do believe he'll light into him a little bit too. So I believe he's gonna have a good team, but he's gonna have to put it together. He got to do it year after year after year. That's his problem. The big game. Where is Bach going to? Man, if I just had to guess, I would say Oregon State. But that's what I would say. And the only reason why I say that is because that's what Jamarcus Shepard is at right now. And I'm pretty sure some player is going to go to Oregon State from Alabama just because of the relationship. Jamarcus Russell's been there 2 years. if you ever seen Jamarcus Russell, you know he's a firecracker. I keep saying Jamarcus Russell. I'm sorry, Jamarcus Shepard. If you've seen Jamarcus Shepard, you know he's a firecracker. He's got a personality that's contagious, right? So all those players, they probably love him. So with him leaving and going to Oregon, it's easy. Oregon State, it's easier for Mbakwe to look at that and be like, wait a minute, this is a team. They didn't even play in the conference last year. They wasn't all that good. They ain't got the players like that. I'm Mbakwe. I'm a 5-star recruit. I want to be like the guy that played with Deion Sanders that went to freaking the Jaguars. I want to play both ways. I want to play defense and offense. That was his thing at Alabama. That's what he wanted to do. I can go to Oregon State with Jamarcus Shepard, and I can do that. So I believe that he'll look at that. Even if he don't wind up there, I think he's going to very well look at it. But probably go to LSU, Michigan State, or Oregon State. That's what I'm looking at. Now what I can see one of those. Yes, sir. I can see one of those happening. Yep. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. Bama going to lean towards Mac or Russell if Ty leaves. Most definitely that. I believe they'll most definitely lean on Mac. Right. Russell may be too talented to keep up. I don't know. It's hard because Mac, I believe once Mac get to going, man, Mac is going to be unbelievable too. Maybe some kind of way you can get both of them some reps. I don't know. I mean, it's usually tough to have two quarterbacks trying to run a system, right? Because once you get someone hot, you kind of want them to stay in there. You kind of want them to keep going with their flow that they got. You don't want to interrupt that momentum that a player's playing with. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at with those guys, man. I don't know. Guys, y'all got me up there at 1:50 in the morning. I got to go to church tomorrow. I got to drive 2 hours to go to church. Y'all got me up all night, man, but I'm enjoying it, man. I'm going to try to get on here again tomorrow, guys. If y'all want to do it again tomorrow, we can do that. But check this out, man. If you ain't never been here before, man, make sure you subscribe. If you ain't never been here before, Rags usually have an outro, and I got to give it to you right now because I got to get out of here, man. I've been on for 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's 1:51 in the morning over here. Well, 1:50 something over here. I got to go, guys. I got things to do. So I know you love looking down into the depths of my eyes, man. But old Rags got some things to do, some people to see, maybe even a person to do. I got to go, man. I got to skedaddle, scram. Hey, man, it's been good talking to y'all, man. I love you already. Yeah.